Summoning all these fiends from the graveyard is probably a good idea.
Now, he can also wait a little
Alright,
bit.
we're a little late,
He knows that the
but
opponent will have to activate a monster
I'm
phase.
finally
So
home to
you
watch.
can add a card that you can use later on, like Impulse, or it is Impulse. So he's thinking about it, like, I don't want to drop the cards immediately, and maybe he.
Oh, it's Rescue Ace versus Tier. At least it's not Snake Eye. At least it's not Snake Eye. Gold price stream when? Probably never, man. Probably never.
You do have the Hydrant on the field right now.
But how you doing, big ol' boy? What's going on?
I like the plays so far from
Dude, why did they change the layout? It's so freaking small. Like, what is that? Why would they do this? It was already like so small trying to like watch this, but they made it smaller. Dude, what? This is terrible. Oh, you never stop asking? Alright.
And we're gonna continue our play here.
You've been playing any of the new format, new cards? Because these cards are freaking crazy. Like, I was like playtesting with my friend's YuGiOh deck. I'm like, dude, these cards, they go infinite. Like, actually, you do literally whatever you want with these cards. Freaking Fiendsmith, man.
Never would have thought to do something along this line, but if it works, it works.
Oh,
I
this
don't
is
know,
a
man.
link 3. That's gonna be Prometheus.
How's it sound?
Back that turbulence.
Even easier.
Hope it's balanced.
And you have only given your opponent
Dang.
draw off of each. Nicholas is navigating this very stressful situation with 12 and a half minutes on the clock.
Charmy. Oh, it's 0-1. This guy's screwed. I don't know.
This time there's 3 trap cards. Instead of having
Pain Logo's doing good. A lot of meta testing.
Anything that
Okay.
Taylor has.
A little small though.
This is gonna be insane. We got now a triple trap card and
Oh,
one spell card.
oops.
Tane, extinguish, reinforce.
Contain's very scary, especially if you can get a hydrant on the field. The additional effects are just so
What the-
good. Now we're getting
okay.
rid of that fire lock now. Sunlight Wolf, we can actually
Dude, they gotta hit.
cards as well.
Beatrice are like
Okay.
Princess. Dude, Princess is like one of the biggest problems with these decks, man.
Rescue things that we can get back.
That card is ridiculous, man.
I imagine maybe at the beginning of Taylor's turn.
I'll see. We'll see what they hit. I don't know. I can't imagine they'll hit
Don't forget, we still have Beatrice on the field. They can send another card.
Dia Bellstar.
There's a lot
5
of
set.
different here. Going into the 6th card now. Will this be enough compared to the 9?
This Beatrice is probably gonna send freaking like Black Goat Laughs or something.
As Taylor decides.
Battle phase.
Uh-oh.
Before battle phase.
no.
Now, can we go to before battle phase and do something?
Yeah.
In starts of battle phase, I'll activate Beatrice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can feel the evenly matched coming.
Yeah.
What
I
shall
mean,
we
we
do
can
to prevent
see
it?
it in the hand. That is.
Sending Ash.
Okay, I like this where this is going.
Ah, so that you can special summon to get the Ash Blossom back when you need it with the
Okay.
Sunlight Wolf's ability to add from the graveyard back to the hand.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
If I'm not mistaken, that card cannot be
What a
summoned.
weird board. Also, could be used a lot more generally. Transaction plus my Kashi trap. Yeah. But it's just, I don't know. It being like a turn ender skip, or like turn skip, or find whatever you need is pretty annoying.
You're absolutely right. It shows you how powerful the Fiendsmith cards are because every deck has something unique that it wants in the graveyard.
Yep.
So using Beatrice of the Lady Eternal in this way, just stunning.
I'm telling you, the creativity
What is
of
that?
Nicholas right now
Dude, I can't even tell what card that is.
understated. This is incredible. How he's navigating this.
I don't even know what card he just activated. What is that? Hold on.
We're going to the end of the battle phase. Here comes the evenly matched.
I don't know. Whatever.
Wow, what an incredible trade.
Alright, evenly. What are we losing?
All right.
Makes
Keep that
sense.
turbulence. I imagine out of all the options.
Have to say goodbye to
And we're just gonna keep a
Stars.
trap,
We
right?
Still need 3 more leaving.
Yep.
I don't know.
And that is very difficult because they're banished face
Yeah,
down.
so into
Be
my
able to recycle those back.
locals does the whole Snake Eye combo plus Fiendsmith stuff to make the Beatrice and does that. Yeah, that's like,
Now, the card that was added
Not
back
great.
normal or special summon, so
oh, reinforce, make it a towers. Wait,
so effective.
do they usually play that? I'm assuming that's like a thing he's just playing this time around.
Practice, but looks like we're actually going to discard.
Ooh, impulse.
This is great.
Into
This is
what?
one way to summon
Hydrant?
one of your machine rescue aces from the deck. You can find ways to draw cards. We gotta go.
Oh, attacker.
instead with
Okay,
something
wait, can that one summon Hydrant?
summon.
I'm assuming it can.
That is going to be Fire Engine.
So just as an update, it looks like there was a procedural error minor that was issued to Nicholas. Again, it's a legal activation.
People are now? Okay, I just haven't seen anyone play Rescue Ace in a long time now. In a long time. Yo, what's up, Lyle?
Target of the sinful spoils.
But again, it is a warning. Remember, any WCQ, like anything else,
Welcome to the watch along. Does the Yu-Gi-Oh stream have ads usually?
This has been my favorite duel of the entire weekend so far. Just
I don't know. My account doesn't get ads, so
and also the creativity of both of these duelists. We've had some great.
I can't tell.
Now, if we continue to summon, we're going to be summoning out our level 4 or lower rescue aces from the deck.
Oops.
If you keep on summoning
Let me move
while
that.
the fire engine is on
Let
the
me
field.
move
That's
that.
how you
There you go.
regenerate your field.
Yeah.
And that's going to be met with Ash Blossom for the tract. We're just trying to cut down the turn. Yeah, you can't normal summon or special summon that card.
Yubo profile when? Maybe when it's cheap. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they have ads on the thing? Okay. Technically, you know, if you watch it through me, you won't see an ad unless it's like on the stream, you know? You won't get like a YouTube ad.
And that Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring made a huge impact. Being able to get it
Ooh, he has a tier name in hand. That's not. That's a little scary.
That was incredible.
That's
yeah.
cool.
I'll go chain link for you to summon from deck.
Here we go. Fire engine now will activate.
We have
And we're going to summon Airlifter, the one that's limited to 1.
Okay.
Airlift is still at 1?
Get it out whenever you need
Well, that's a
it.
little
Doesn't
awkward.
feel too bad to be at 1.
Oh my gosh, he hit freaking, is that Havness? He hit freaking Havness.
Yep.
Rhino comeback, what are we sending?
Reinhardt? There definitely is enough to perform a fusion here.
New chain link says turn player.
Wait, what did he send?
This is one of the scariest
Chainlink
parts about the tier
1,
limit deck
Havness
is the
defeat
fact
from
it
summon.
almost feels impossible to
2
stop
heartbeat
it.
add
They
Sully
just
back.
keep
Chainlink 3
playing
Sully
through.
Also, isn't day 2?
everything
Is
that
it?
you're
No, it's day 1.
4 lifters
Very
with
difficult to
spell.
slow it down for sure.
Yeah.
But
What you talking about? Is it right there? Bottom left.
Ooh, okay.
That fusion effect is not going to be going through because
That's not wrong. Yo, Druis? Druis, my boy.
And you can't include that card if it's not in the graveyard anymore.
Go search up
The
Sully.
Heartbeat added back the trap card. And Rhino Heart is going to continue sending a card into the graveyard. That's going to be Sharon.
Now it's 6
Wait, he didn't use Rhino yet?
seconds on the clock. We got to keep our eyes up there because
Oh, that was
this
from the
duel
Sulliak
could
added.
go for quite a
Oh,
while.
okay, I was about to say. I was like, what? I was like, did he not use Rhino?
Taylor is still up in the best of 3 series.
I mean, these decks can take a long time to execute all of the moves. The options, it's just so wide.
Nobody's playing slow here. Again, they're just moving fast. But with
Yeah.
so many different effect activations, it does
Okay,
take a
okay.
while to get through the duel.
Oh, we are pivoting.
And
to
Fiendsmith time.
Speaking of effect
But we want more
activations,
trap though,
comes
so
right
we
away.
I have 1 engraver engrave as well as the.
Now we still have the Promethean Princess. in
maybe
graveyard. I don't
fine.
think we've activated that yet.
No, yeah.
If memory serves correct, so Nicholas still has some decisions.
That would have been a really good moment to kind of
Seems like
clear
that
that
would've been the
monster.
time.
There, yeah.
That was the time, and now we've kind of pushed a little bit far. Are we just waiting for this particular copy to hit the graveyard? Are we
On summon
waiting?
engraver.
Oh,
I'll
he's
do
waiting for the engraver.
Okay.
He knew.
Princess. Okay.
I mean, you have to do it at some point.
Wouldn't you have done that? Yeah, wouldn't you have done that on the Link 2 summon?
That is deciding to do it here on the
Because now you can just summon it
Is it?
back.
Now we got Sharon.
Sure.
Sharon was added to
Sending this
hand
card.
earlier.
What was that?
Ooh, Mudora.
Oh, it's a Mudora. Okay.
Wait, why did he not do that earlier? Wait, why did you not share in with the Mudora earlier? Why would you wait so long?
Taylor saying this is what I should have
What?
done earlier. I think realizing Mudora could have helped deal with that princess too.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we talked about this on day 0. This is a much longer ride to the World Championship.
Yeah.
And there may be some bumps along the way, but the duelists are just hanging in there the best they can.
Hey, I'm still impressed with how both of these duelists have navigated a
Okay.
very
Okay.
complex game state.
Oh,
Did this sooner. It's fine. Excuse my language. I
picking up his cards.
I think that may be it.
He realizes it.
Yeah,
We're going to game 3. We're gonna win in time, baby.
Taylor looks like he may have been
Um,
signing the slip there. We may actually have a
Fiendsmith
winner
tier.
in the
Oh wait,
duel after all.
I was gonna be like, What did we use to burn? But then freaking Fiendsmith has a burn card, so never mind. Forget it. Forget I was gonna say that. We could just burn with Lacrimosa as long as we get there. But are we gonna get there? You guys think we're gonna get there? Or are we gonna get to Lacrimosa burn?
They could not get that additional follow-up.
He conceded but showed what he should have done. So a little bit of confusion there, but we know we have got to match it as 1-1.
That makes a little more sense. Okay. Wow. I mean,
While they're doing that, ooh, open up my mail. I got a card I've been waiting for.
So far. How much time was on the clock? It was, I believe, under 4 minutes?
Yeah, just about by the time we get started.
Yeah.
Time continues as they side. That's going to be
Guys, look what came in my mail.
very tight couple of 1 or 2 turns in the beginning.
Oh yeah,
This is
you guys see
gonna be
that?
very difficult. If you're going to think
Picking up
about cards that
my
can
quarter
do
century
anything phase,
Bingo Machine Go.
Fiendsmith cards,
We do.
The real meta deck, right? For next
Smith cards.
but will we get the turn back?
for the next format, we'll be playing Blue Eyes, right?
Choose here. So if Taylor goes first and can just get that Fiendsmith combo going off, this is rough news for Nicholas.
It's not copium, it's real.
That last game, we
Blue Eyes is real, dude. Come on.
dropped early on.
Ooh, and my third
This time, seems like
My
we got
third
this
Seeker or
time.
Sage too.
We've got Nicholas.
I'm ready.
Never giving
I don't know if you guys are ready for this deck.
Past that first summon that he just needed to do, and after that,
And
we
I
just saw
can't
how
open it.
Everything can just get everything on the field, but that was not the end.
Yeah.
We got that evenly matched.
The evenly matched through the Beatrice line too. I thought the Beatrice was going to be the end, getting 2 activations of that, getting the Ashe back to hand, but then the fact that evenly just made it such a closer game than it otherwise would have been.
Evenly matched gets a lot of stuff done. Again, banishing cards face down, that practically feels permanent. We remember how strong Kashtira was in its prime.
Opinion on the new support in the structure deck?
No good answer.
Very, very good. It's a very good support.
Archetype.
It makes playing the deck pure actually possible now, but
Is gone.
boom.
There is a way if you do choose
Oh, we're
to
ready.
play cards like
Oh, we're so ready. I got my Seeker Rare now. Playset of KCR Bingo Machine Go.
The extra deck has never felt more
We're playing Blue Eyes.
One of those things
Because we've already been suffering with it, so might as well play it when it's like better.
First time that's happened, but it's
I need my
always a
sleeves,
sign
though.
that there's just so many great cards to play.
and they are done quickly siding, and we're going into game number 3.
Yep. We are into the third one. It is 1-1 on the scorecard. You can see that correct at the top of the screen with 2 minutes, 13 seconds on the
2 minutes to burn. Yo, Fenrir, we're already halfway there.
Any battling, however, if
Do you ever do major events? I've done like a few regionals, but
like
I'm not. I just don't like being. I just don't like traveling
Fenrir,
and being in a room full of that many people. So
and we're gonna
I'm not really doubtful of my ability to do well.
Yeah, get into that.
I just don't want to go.
and there's no answer to this particular part. Do we have an Ash Blossom here, which is very crucial?
Yo,
There's
Ash on that.
We're playing. This is Yu-Gi-Oh!
That is a very crucial Ash Blossom.
Activate. You got it, man.
We can still get the. If we mill Engraver, we can still burn.
Okay, so
Zayo
the
busy
fact that
stream
Taylor
when?
was
We never
stopped
stream.
is huge because if Taylor's
Or what do we mill? If we mill Engraver, it's over.
I'll attempt to
through the Fiendsmith combo.
Oh,
and then just
Valor.
continue playing out, build out a stronger field. It gets so much harder. Now an effect Valor on top of it.
Unfortunate.
Certainly not taking no for an answer.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry.
Oh, that is not good. He didn't make it.
In a row, and this could
Why?
be
Yo,
out.
what's up? Thanks for the follow.
Start for Taylor.
Now we're gonna start with the Wanted.
Yeah, I'm always busy. What you talking
Wanted likely going into Diabell Star.
What you talking about?
Anything on Riz?
Isn't Ash banned? No. What made you think that? Ash is definitely not banned.
Declare Diabell Star. Is that the correct card to declare?
Oh wait, Black Goat laughs.
It'll
Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
So that card right now cannot be special summoned
Oh, that's right. That's
unless
the
I
on-field
believe it's from the graveyard.
I get you. Okay.
It will slow down that card.
What's up, Manabe?
Off the combo.
But if the
Good morning to you.
the
Although
summon,
it's
that's not gonna lead
afternoon for
anywhere.
me. I don't know where you are.
Becoming a very crazy end to an absolute.
I don't know what he called. I wasn't listening. Did he call Diabell Star?
I don't know how this one's gonna end.
I'm assuming he called Diabell
So
Star.
in the main phase, you gotta keep on playing. You gotta play at a reasonable pace. If you're not making plays
I
here,
guess I will set.
I mean,
we're gonna
there's a
set-
single tier list. Oh
set,
no!
set.
Oh my gosh, set 3. He couldn't burn.
No one can predict how this duel is.
Oh, just go to battle. Just go to battle and start playing again.
Standby phase.
The Moon of the Close Heaven. So Requiem's already engraved.
Oh my gosh, Merly.
Attacking at this
And that's
point.
going to get infinite impermanence on the Merly, so we're not going to send cards into the
Wait, he might have a Bistio.
30 seconds on the
Actually, no, you would just go to battle? You definitely would have gone to battle if you had a Bistio.
damage to take this.
Bro, just go to freaking battle, bro. Bro, just go to freaking battle.
Moon of the Closed Heavens not available. Two monsters does
Just
not
go to
mean
freaking battle.
at this moment.
Taylor briefly pausing as he looked through some of the Fiendsmith cards, but I don't know if they're going
5
to help you
seconds
now.
to attack. You have to hit battle phase and attack. I don't think
Oh,
Taylor's realizing
he's putting the
time.
cards back. That's where the Majora's coming in.
Just going to try again.
What?
We'll see if time was added to the round.
Bro,
because the clock at the top of the screen
You're not real. Why would you not just go battle phase?
playing, so
Are we not in battle phase?
more Yu-Gi-Oh to be had.
We're not in battle phase. Oh my gosh.
So it's possible that he's able to
Oh my gosh. Why are you playing so risky?
Again,
back
we're
into the
trying
Fiendsmith.
Okay, well, I guess he'll be okay.
Crossing the Fiendsmith, Engraver.
Gold price stream when? Is never. Sorry, dude.
Oh no, the infinite impermanence has already been used. Okay, Engraver.
Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. We're getting burned anyways, but
Yep, that's going to be the Necrocrypt Princess.
I don't know why you would not just go battle phase.
Effect to resummon itself out of the graveyard. That's
Fiendsmith sequence coming our way.
sequence for sure.
Uh-oh, I think it is late for this duel.
I guess it's over. What does he have?
For the sequence.
Fusion summon.
What would he said that he couldn't use though? Is my question.
Yeah, no, those are, yeah, because it has to be. Yep.
Okay,
They have to be those two.
Just making sure they get the right ones. Here we go.
Legal target here, engraved.
You don't want to
Here it is. It's over.
This is
apologize.
GG. GG.
Move left here.
It ain't over till the last card's played, but I think it's about to be
Yeah,
played
it's
now.
about to be
It's over.
here.
Fiendsmith broken.
Light beam on
Guys,
the
buy.
Engraver. We're gonna
We gotta buy playsets now, guys. I'm sorry.
Chain link to SP target. You got it, man.
He got it.
Dang.
That's the game.
I think he did that so risky though.
Apologize to the crowd for messing things
Would you
up.
not just like go battle phase, try to attack, and if he does have something, you just use quickly go back to main 2 and then try to burn after that? I'm pretty sure you're supposed to just do that.
Oh my
redoing the
goodness.
combo one more time. Just one more time.
One
and
more time.
That's all.
I don't know, that was a little risky. That's all I'm saying. Because even if he has like a Bistio and like didn't use it for some reason,
With less than
you just like you would try to attack. He has something to like summon, and then you're just like, oh, okay, no redirect, go main phase 2, then burn, right? That's definitely what you would just do. There's nothing unless he's playing like Magic Cylinder or something. If he's playing like Magic Cylinder, then he's just simply better. But like no one's playing that.
played till the last minute. They had to do what they have to do. And it's just incredible that they just try to buy their
All right, Tier somehow wins again. We got Tier winning again, eh?
So much change in the gameplay, the game plan, everything has to be a little bit different when it gets closer.
What was their record?
And they just I was kind of surprised.
But they're 4-0, right? Yeah, they're 4-0. 4-0. 4-0. How much is Fiendsmith now, actually? While it's loading.
Yesterday,
Yeah,
and
that's
he did
right.
such a great job of showing that mastery. That shows you that the way that you get out of a situation like
TCG player. How much are... I'm convinced. I gotta get Fiendsmith, guys. You guys feel the same?
Back to our missing caster, Stephen Kangas on the stage. Up,
Oh, it's just...
still gotta go ahead and run over there.
Like, it's just like $99 for like one copy. Wait, tracked is only 13?
How great that
Hmm.
also showcases too that it's not enough to just
Hmm.
do this.
Actually,
Opponents still can use their intellect
to be honest,
We essentially saw two
like if you just don't use the engraver, it's not that bad.
we got the double
It's not that bad if you don't get engraver.
cards on the other side of the field, or rather the
Ha.
other side of the hand, and then
Or technically, you could get away with one engraver, right? Maybe I might
essentially just played two upstart.
maybe I might play some UBell,
That's great. But
Wait, how much is Phantom?
my entire field. Let's try this again.
Shoot.
There's some insane stuff there. And then again, the fact that they're
Phantom
all
of
on
UBell.
it fits perfectly
51 now?
with this deck, but I think it shows exactly how good
Nah, I don't want to put that kind of money down.
Kangas has made his way to the stage. Let's go ahead and check in with him and hear from our winner himself.
All right, we are
Oh,
live
interview,
here on
interview.
stage. Congratulations on the win. One of the coolest matches we've had all weekend. I want to get your immediate, just emotional reaction after that win.
Well, I was incredibly stressed coming up here because this is the first time I've been on a feature match, so I know it's always
Understandable.
nerve-wracking to get the
The
jitters
nerves.
before you know, you even sit down. But I think he played really well. I think I played really well. I think the double Perulia reaction was kind of crazy both games, but he did play incredibly well. And honestly, I did not see that after the evenly resolving, him being able to put up as many disruptions as he did. The foolish burial of the Ash Blossom Sunlight Wolf add back play was something I never saw coming. I was like so confused when he sent it, but he did a really good job, and I just came out on top.
It was such a close match, and you even felt, we heard you saying, you know, oh, like I should have done this in that second duel. That was one of the coolest and closest matches we've had. So how do you feel after a moment like that, after a win like that as a competitor?
I think I need to go drink some water and go to the bathroom and reset because I'm still very excited.
True.
And hopefully going to continue the success into the later rounds, man.
Well, I love the deck build.
Oops. My bad.
Creative, what you were piloting. So what made you choose this deck, and how confident are you that it matches up against what you see a lot of here at WCQ?
I'm going to be honest, I don't think it matches up. I think YuGiOh and Snake Eye are definitely the superior decks, but I've been playing Tier Limit off and on with my buddies, with my teammates since it came out. And
I hate
with the
Tier.
Engraver coming
more
out, the
Tier.
entire Fiendsmith archetype, I wanted to re-explore it again. I figured it'd be Rogue coming into the room, but I figured the strong cards like Perulia and Droplet that I could main deck, and the Bestials that work both as disruptions going second and as engine pieces to further my plays, let me make a deck that was both creative and still really competitive.
Well, we love to see the duel. We love to see you piloting the deck. So best of luck going forward, and congrats on the win. We're going to send it back over to the casters.
Thanks, Steven. And I have to say, I love what he said. I love what Taylor said. He said,
Freaking
"Sometimes it's not
Fiendsmith,
my
man.
deck, but I have so much more deck knowledge. You know what? Sometimes it won't really matter. My knowledge will
I need to catch up
overpower
on
whoever plays this deck."
Playing something that
Hold on. I'm gonna look at what all the feature matches have been lately. 'Cause I missed like the first 4 rounds.
If not,
Feeds with Horse Tier
really could be anything.
versus Branded. Sprite versus Feeds with YuGiOh.
A Tenpai Dragon Genroku.
Tenpai versus
It can summon
Snake Eye
Dragon.
Vanquish Soul.
We are in battle phase, so we are gonna get the secondary
Interesting.
effect.
And Melodious versus Ice Barrier? Oh, it's pre-recorded.
Favor, there's the muck right
What else
there.
was there?
As
Feeds with
far as the
YuGiOh,
graveyard
White
goes,
Force,
since the graveyard was
Runic.
set,
Okay, at least it's been like kind of diverse. At least it's been diverse lately. So we'll
Taskmat.
take
This
that.
is the Zeus, the Sky Thunder.
Yo, that's kind of nice.
I want that beautiful, beautiful monster.
Well, I'll tell you what, what's just as beautiful is the fact that we still have 4 remaining rounds here. And again, we'll have them once we come back right after this.
There's a Mimighoul Kashtira. Oh, round 1, right? I'm gonna look at that. I heard
Taking a quick look at Divine Temple.
someone
Yeah,
broke.
it does have to be
Didn't
a monster treated
Mimighoul
on the field as a
break
continuous
like
spell.
this Fiendsmith
Looks
board or
like,
something?
we're having some intervention from the judges there again.
Who won
Judges
this one?
traveling here from all over the world to make sure
That's why you have to study up every matchup when it comes to these large tournaments. You
Peekaboo.
never know.
Oh
Just never know.
shoot. Well, actually,
you can't just think, oh, I gotta face the popular.
I mean, it's not
decks.
that bad
Every
though.
duel sitting across the
Peekaboo right
room
now.
is
This
just as well prepared
I'd be
as
more
most
scared of like Rivalry.
Full side,
Or I guess it depends on what
wanna
deck you're
see
playing.
The time to have done that might have been in between before it could activate its effect.
The materials are dropped off, and put those away for now. And now
My
focus on
gosh, is that game 1 that went that long?
Which monster add it to
Holy crap! Game 1 went that long?
Basically put in enough work, and now it's game
Not limit.
and
Wait, Mimighoul lost?
gonna be that much going.
Today, it is a marathon.
Oh, they
not a
did.
sprint here at the end.
Well,
You
that's a
can't
little
just worry
unfortunate.
about every single
Dude,
round.
game 1 taking that long and then losing it is like heartbreaking. 40-minute game 1, then you're just like, well, I lose in time now. That's cool. I wish we could like see the deck list of people that are playing. It would be kind of cool to see what kind of stuff they got. It's a little bit too much of a surprise sometimes what people have. But maybe that's part of the fun, I guess. Oh, that's right. I don't have to buy Fiendsmith stuff yet, guys, because we got some boxes coming in. Am I gonna stream it? Probably. I have like 6 boxes coming in. So hopefully, you know, I think like we get like 3 engraver, 3 tracts, you know, like 3 requiem. Maybe we can play like pure Fiendsmith, you know, get that going. And then I won't have to buy it, you know what I'm saying? I still need to buy my White Forest cards. Some of them have gone up in price. I don't know if you guys have seen. The LZ. Where is it? The LZ has gone up. She was like yesterday, like morning, I looked and it was like $10. I'm like, oh, okay, I can wait. And it kept getting bought up and bought up and bought up. And now it's 25. Dang. It'll go down again, right, guys? This card's gonna go down again, right? I should have bought it earlier, man. Look, there's so many copies sold yesterday. And today, too. There's a lot. Holy crap. This card is moving. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, yesterday in the morning, it was at 10. I should have got it. Oh, my goodness. But it'll fall, right? Surely it'll fall. It'll fall. I believe. I believe it will fall. So it'll fall. I'm kind of surprised this Mold Charmy is only like 105 for Core Sentry. I don't know. That's kind of low. Those things are stellar. I mean, how much do you guys think this will end up being? They'll probably end up staying at 100, right? Kind of like low. Yeah. Yeah, probably. LZ. Yeah, these are getting bought up, but I don't know. I think we just gotta wait. I think we just wait long enough. It'll eventually come crashing down, right? As every other Yu-Gi-Oh archetype does. Yo, Mimighoul is getting bought out. Look at that. $40? Maybe we get Millennium. Oh, that's right. I played Millennium yesterday. It was alright, you know. It was okay. We went 3-1, so, you know, it's not too bad. Wait, these are kind of low listings. 20 for the Core Sentry? 18? Temple... Is that $13? Really? Oh, damaged. 17. 17 for the field spell. Invested Mimighoul. I don't know. I think it's already too late. It's probably already gotten bought up, so... Whatever, right? I got too many things I gotta look for in this set. Oh, wow. Really? 26 listings of this ultra rare. That's like really low. Wait, only 19 for Monster Card Reborn? Wait, did someone use this in like one of the matches? This makes no sense for this to be this high. I guess it's like DD Crow on your turn. Or it's like Widow Anchor. No, not Widow Anchor. Shark Cannon. This card's like Shark Cannon. Because you can special summon it and then use it as a body. Huh. I can see it. Yo! Sorry, guys. There's too many copies in circulation, guys. I gotta buy it all. I'm sorry, guys. You guys, I can't let you guys have this card. Yo, 2K for that? Never mind. Huh. It's almost time to pick up some of these cards. Blaster, Arshella. Pretty cheap, only like $1. Just 10 Pine Ritual Beast. We don't care that much, right? It sucks that I have boxes coming in because I don't know what I actually need right now. So, like, if I buy like a playset of like a Stellar, or if I buy even one and then pull a playset, pretty annoying. So it's like I don't actually know how many I need yet till I open my stuff. So we gotta wait, unfortunately. This Dark Magician is still pretty high. $50 for that? I guess it's like a 2 of, so. Maybe it's not. Actually, no, that's pretty high. I think probably after Nats, I think a lot of these will just get flooded. Because there's a bunch of people that open like cases and boxes at Nats. So there should be a lot of people listing their stuff like right after. And also the people just not playing them anymore. After they realize some of these cards suck or something. I don't know. It should be a lot. Should be a lot. We'll see, I guess. We'll see. I need to put my cards away though. Let me get my binder. Got all my blue ice stuff pretty much that I need. So whenever they finally decide to import those blue ice cards, I'm ready. I got my stuff all right here, so that'll be cool. But I don't know. I feel like it'll take a long time. I hope it'll come in structure deck, because those always do good. I can be like budget deck profile, $30, insta win cards. What you guys got for what deck is winning the whole tournament? It's probably just gonna be Snake Eye, right? Snake Eye Fiendsmith, or YuBel. What deck do I think is better, YuBel or Snake Eye? It's probably still Snake Eye. I don't know, YuBel's like a lot better though. It's actually a lot more consistent with Fiendsmith. I can't tell which one's actually better now. That was like the problem with YuBel, was I was a little inconsistent. But now you have like 10,000 ways to get to any starter. They all lead into each other now, so maybe it's like enough now. What's taking so long? They played into time that round 4. They played into time, so that means it should have been way faster. I never actually watched any of these live. Is this really how long it takes? Shoot, man. Yo, this dude's super dead. This dude got 3 Tenpai bodies on board. Wait, you didn't use Pydra yet? I'm assuming. Oh, this must be like turn 4 or something then. And you couldn't kill. You hate to see it. Yeah, it's over. Synchro 10. I guess they have like a Laura. Engrave to protect like once. The lower doesn't activate. Oh, that was turn. Oh, that was main phase 2? Or is that a quick effect? Alright, that has to be main phase 2 because he couldn't activate. Interesting. I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going on. I can't hear him, and I was looking away. This is probably a good opportunity to start sleeving up my other decks. I need to. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Where's my sleeves? And the deck I need to sleeve. Actually, this deck is fine. I don't need to sleeve this one again. Yeah, probably not. But maybe my Centurion deck needs to be resleeved. Oh, it definitely does. This deck definitely needs some sleeves. I need a new pack. Do they actually just widen the screen to make the cards bigger? Wait, maybe I should. Hold on, watch this. I'm gonna do something that they can't, but I can. Wait. Ooh, look at that. Oh yeah, oh, we're making it bigger. Hey, we're making the field bigger, but blurrier. You think that's better? Is that better for you guys? You make it even just slightly bigger, but it's like blurry. I don't know, it's probably okay, right? Oh shoot. Brand new sleeves, guys. Don't you guys love sleeving decks over and over again? I love it. Not really. It's like the worst. This is the real money sink. Buying sleeves. Remote duo viewers when? That's a lot of work. My desk is small. Yo, we're back! What is this? Oh, it's just Mimighoul.
Normally, adventurers head into dungeons to loot treasure chests.
Yeah?
But when you play with the Mimighouls, it's the treasure chests, or rather their inhabitants, that'll be doing the looting.
Oh shoot, we're gonna be hunted. Yo, trick or treasure.
The Mimighoul style of gameplay revolves around gifting your opponent wonderful, beautiful treasure boxes that give them a nasty surprise when
Oh yeah, we're gonna give them a nasty
Let's take
surprise.
A look at Mimighoul Archfiend to see how this works in practice. The Mimighoul strategy
I'm just gonna make
is
it
all about
regular size
flip
again.
monsters. But
Whatever.
unlike most flip monsters, you absolutely do not want these ones to flip face up on your side of the field. Take a look at this flip effect. If Mimighoul Archfiend flips face up during the main phase, these three things happen.
How
First,
do I reset
the
this?
opponent of the duelist who controls Mimighoul Archfiend draws a card. Then, the
Bruh.
player who controls Mimighoul Archfiend must send a card from
Boom.
their hand
Okay.
to the graveyard. And finally, Mimighoul Archfiend scurries over to the other side of the field. It's a devastating swing.
Is this deck actually good?
And that's why you want to make sure
Have you guys
that
used
this
this yet?
card is flipping face up on your opponent's side of the field.
I haven't tried it or looked at it
That's why
yet, so.
all the Mimighoul flip monsters in the Infinite Forbidden have this effect. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in face-down defense position. With this effect, you can set your opponent up for a huge fall when the wonderful monster you've gifted them flips face up. Of course, your opponent isn't likely going to want to ever flip it face up, so the Mimighoul strategy has a number of ways to encourage them to open up their presence. In fact, there's even one built in to Mimighoul Archfiend. Mimighoul Archfiends actually work well together in pairs thanks to this final effect. You can special summon one to your opponent's field face down, and then normal summon the other to force it to flip. Do that, and you
Synergy.
draw a card, while your opponent sends one from their hand to the graveyard, and then
Yeah, but where
you
did they
get
send,
that
like, a-
Archfiend on your side of the field?
Where they send like a
where you now
tier
have
them
two
in
level
solely
1 monsters available to do
Then what?
whatever you wish. Your opponent has also activated a monster effect during your main phase, albeit against their will. So you could even follow up with triple tactics talent to dispose of
Oh,
another
true?
card
Talents?
in your hand.
Yo, buy out
Land
talents,
on
guys.
the rest
We
of
buy
your
out
turn.
Mimighoul and
There
talents
are
right now.
3 Mimighoul flip monsters in the
And
Infinite
Thrust.
Forbidden.
Don't forget
And
Thrust.
they each have their own unique ways of causing trouble for your opponent, while either progressing or protecting your own strategy. Mimighoul Cerberus flip effect banishes 3 cards from the top of the controller's deck, then forces its controller to hand over
This is a
one of the
pretty
banished
cool
monsters to the opponent
archetype, though.
before switching
Is it better than Ashen?
Its continuous effect keeps the
It looks
opponent's
like it. It
monsters
looks like it's
face up
stronger than
down
Ashen.
with card effects. The latter effect will
It's
help
kinda
keep
sad
the
to
field
say.
spell that shows the Mimighoul's home turf safe and sound. Mimighoul Dragon's flip effect, on the other hand, destroys all of its controller's face-up monsters, except for Mimighoul's, of course, before it heads over to the other side of the field. This monster is very safety conscious, don't you think? Dragon also has an effect when it's normal or special summoned to add a Mimighoul spell or trap from your deck to your hand. The Mimighoul spell and trap cards are vital to victory, so you'll be using this effect a lot. The home turf of the Mimighouls is the Mimighoul Dungeon Field spell. Inside the dungeon, players are compelled to flip monsters face up. Why? Well, it's not the spirit of adventure, that's for sure. It's because Mimighoul Dungeon prevents players who control face-down monsters from normal summoning or attacking with monsters they special summon during the current turn. So what your opponent is going to want to do is try and flip summon any Mimighouls you give them first, so they can play their turn in as much peace as they can after going down a card and possibly having to give away a key monster from their deck. Given that, there's one very important rule that we need to know regarding when you're allowed to manually change the battle position of a monster, since that's what a flip summon is. You can't flip summon a monster the turn it was placed on the field.
Oh shoot,
Either
rulings.
special summoning it face down or just setting
Game
it up.
mechanics, no.
You also can't flip summon a monster that you just normal or special summoned that was subsequently flipped face down by a card like Book of Moon. If you go first and give your opponent a Mimighoul, they're going to try to get rid of it as fast as possible. And if they can avoid flipping it, for example by sending it to the graveyard with the Belstar the Black Witch, then they'll try to do that. Knowing this, you'll want to have a method on hand of giving them another face-down monster, either special summoning one to their field, or flipping one of their monsters face down. If you succeed, they won't be able to flip summon that monster, and they'll have to play by the rules of the dungeon. Speaking of the rules of the dungeon, they also specify how your low attack flip monsters are going to get the attack points they need to win you the duel. Mimighoul monsters that weren't summoned or set in the current turn gain attack points equal to their defense points.
That's pretty
So
nice.
Dragon becomes 2500 attack, Cerberus becomes 2200 attack, and Archfiend becomes 1900.
And those are kind of low attack values, though.
For a group of level 1 monsters.
I mean, sure,
Finally,
but
play,
it's
you'll
not
get
a
to
lot.
add a new Mimighoul monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand each turn. This is a strategy that needs a lot of monsters to work, and Dungeon will make sure you never run out. In fact, having access to monsters is so important that there's not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different Mimighoul cards that add Mimighoul monsters to your hand and or special summon them to the field. Here are 2 of the others. Mimighoul Maker lets you get 2 different flip monsters added to your deck and randomly summon one to your opponent's field face down while the other is added to your hand. After that, you can special summon
A pretty
any
good
Mimighoul
card,
from your
actually.
hand. With this one card,
The
you
trap,
can
I don't know,
conceivably
but
play a trap
that
on your
spell is really
opponent's
good.
field and spring it at the same time without using your normal summon. Maybe you could use that to your advantage by adding.
You tired of seeing everyone on Feedspit? No, what are you talking about? We're just getting started, man.
You can include
Feedspit all day.
monsters in your deck.
We love Feedspit.
Find them with this
Use it in everything.
Maybe you want to fetch
Like
Science
Exorcisters,
Go
Flunder,
whose field it ends up on.
Heroes,
Maybe
you
wanna
know.
roll the dice
We use it on
simulating
everything.
The effect of Delinquent Duo by
No
pulling
problems
fire
there.
source from your deck and
Definitely
hoping
no
it ends up
problems.
on your opponent's field. Your opponent will have a hard time keeping the monster you give them face down, because Mimighoul Maker also has a graveyard effect that lets you switch the battle position of a face-down monster your opponent controls if they special
Alright,
summon
my
a
deck is
monster.
re-sleeved now.
Mimighoul Room
I just have to
is
sort
the
it out.
perfect card to confound your opponent. It can special summon any Mimighoul from your hand or deck to either player's field, face up if it's on your side, letting you use its beneficial effects, or face down on your opponent's side, looking to cause
Cleaned
trouble.
up.
As we discussed earlier,
Armora.
you can't flip summon a monster the turn it was special summoned face down, even if your opponent special summoned it to your field. So a monster given to the opponent with Mimighoul Room is going to stay face down until acted on by another effect. This card is great.
Wait, this
for
deck
keeping your
destroys
opponent trapped in a
Castillo
dungeon
now that I'm thinking
even
about
after
it.
They voluntarily flip their Mimighouls face up. And it
Or at least
also
going
has a graveyard
first.
effect
If this
that
deck
lets you
goes first
summon
against
any number of Mimighoul cards
Castillo,
you
you're
control
cooked.
to your hand.
You're like,
The
well,
second effect
shoot, I
is
can't
also
special summon
played by each of the
any
monsters
Castillo.
as the duel progresses. For example, if you're going first, you don't want to give your opponent Mimighoul Dragon because they can flip it without consequence on their turn. You do want to summon it to your field to get a Mimighoul spell or trap card. If you're going second, you do want to give Dragon to your opponent.
Were they
so
all
you can
level
play
1?
their existing monsters out
Hmm.
before trying to lock them up in the dungeon.
You
But
can
when
do a
the
lot
next
with
turn
this
rolls
deck.
around, you'll need the effect to grab a spell or trap card to keep your strategy rolling. The graveyard effect of Mimighoul Room lets you switch the role your monsters play, without needing to add a second copy of that monster to your hand with one of your other effects. The final Mimighoul card in the Infinite Forbidden is the mastermind behind the mayhem.
The
Mimighoul
Master.
Master.
This dude got bought out.
It can't be destroyed by battle or card effects if your opponent controls any face-down monsters, or you control any other Mimighouls. While in the dungeon, its attack rises to 3,000. As you might expect, the Master of the Mimighouls can grab another Mimighoul monster from your deck when it's normal or special summon, and can also dictate when, during your opponent's main phase, that face-down monster should flip up. Obviously, this is great for triggering Mimighoul effects. But the Master can also flip a monster on your side of the field face up as well, in case you wanted to trigger the effect of something like Guard Dog at the most devastating time.
Guard Dog.
The Infinite Forbidden is just the beginning for the Mimighoul strategy. More Mimighoul cards will be released in the fall.
You're right.
so
They
be sure to
convinced me.
take the time
Let's
to
buy
watch
it,
the
guys.
First set over the summer. The Infinite Forbidden launches on
All right, let's
July
buy it.
17th at official tournament stores, and on the 19th.
You convinced me.
everywhere else the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Does this deck have potential or is it more casual vibe? It has potential. I'm gonna be. That's my honest opinion there. I think it does have potential. I don't know how much potential, so don't ask me that. But but hey, you know what I'm saying? Alright, the key CRs are out of our budget already because those got bought out. The Master is gone, but. And the rest are supers. Alright, we're done. We are now Mimighoul Duelists for $30. And then you just get some cheap cards, right? Worth, right? Someone tell me it's worth. Someone stop me before it's too late. Someone tell me no. Otherwise, we're going in. Anyone tried to Monster Reborn the Fabled Lure yet? I don't know. But I've seen that the Monster Reborn card has gone up quite a bit. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's what happened. I don't really know. It's not bad, I guess. It's just like worse short cannon. No, better? Actually, better short cannon. Run it. I mean, you know, Mimighouls. You know what? Well, I'm probably gonna pull the cards. I'm not gonna buy it because I have 6 boxes coming in. Our chances of pulling playsets of those are like all right. So we'll probably get it. So I guess no rush, right? No rush. We'll get it, but not by buying it. Also, I still have my pulls, so maybe we pulled some. We pulled a Drytron card. I want to play Drytron too, but I don't have the expensive card. Okay, we got Dragon. We got Dragons. We got Room. We're getting there. Archfiends. These supers. We got them. Maker. Dude, this whole deck's budget, dude. Hey, incoming budget Mimighoul deck profile. I bought Quick Reborn and it chokes the line, forcing just the main line of go. When more logos content? It's coming soon. It's coming soon. Yeah, I didn't pull any Mimighoul ultra rares. I got 2 boxes, I didn't pull any. Huh. It's kind of interesting actually. But locals, hold on, let me show you. I had the footage. I recorded it Friday, so we have Millennium, the Exodia deck, some footage that I haven't. I had to edit some. Oh, let me show you guys here, real quick. Right here, you see that? We have some dueling footage, and we also have like me talking, you know. So. Hey, that's coming soon, all right? So, be ready for that. Be ready for that. Exodia deck is not best deck. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now, but but it's alright. It was playable at least, so that's cool. A little loud. But hey, yo, Mimighouls, we have it ready. At least the super rares, so we'll get around to getting the ultra rares. And my one Drytron card, but I'll probably put this in a pile somewhere. I gotta know where to put it. I'm gonna put it with all the other stuff, I guess. Sure, that works. Ooh. My brother has been on the ground with that deck. He has at least 20 hours in the past week just playing the deck on Sims. Exodia. That money? That much time? Deck isn't that complicated. The deck is like pick up and play. I guess unless you're mixing it with something else, but it's a little too restrictive. I'll be real honest. At least you get something cool later. You know, you get like you get the blue eyes that searches the Millennium Ankh. Then it gets like one more negate, which is pretty cool actually. Actually really helps the deck, but there's not really any crazy plays. I just try not to deck this. Okay, that's what I thought. I don't know. I played like the list that was like you know, a little bit of shifter, super poly, lava golems, that stuff. You could probably mix like actually like a real engine with it, but there wasn't really anything good I could think of. I don't know. Them all being like different levels, mostly earth. You can't use the pieces. I don't know. Maybe there's like a deck where you like that when you grab a card, you can put a card back, or you have to put a card back. So maybe that's like something Horus, maybe. No, I don't know. It's the fact that you have to shuffle back monsters that aren't Exodia is a little awkward. I couldn't think of anything. Because there's not really anything you can do with that. I don't know, maybe play Eldritch? We like Eldritch, right? We could do like Dogmatica. And set some punishments? Nah, that's a little weird. Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Is there any deck where the monsters do stuff in the grave? Like as like interruption? Any decks that the interruption's in the grave? If not, our only chance might be Runic. Runic might be the way with Exodia. You could also do that. It's a little weird. Yo, how long does it take for a future match? I feel like I've been sitting here for years now. Over 30 minutes? It's gonna be a long day of streaming, eh? Chimera? Cubic? Chimera needs the actual Chimera on the field to be interruption. Yeah, pretty sure he's playing a bunch of Kaiju type monsters plus floodgates. Yep, that sounds about right. That sounds about right for the new Exodia deck. I don't know what Cubic does. I would assume not enough though. That's all I can assume. There's gotta be something. There's gotta be something up there. I don't know. I'm blanking. I got none. Unless you made like a tower or something, so it's unaffected. Nope, Dexter's unplayable. That's what I've come to the conclusion. The only conclusion I can come to. Yo, I'm about to die before we see the next feature match. What's the next main set that comes out? Or not main set, what's the next Yu-Gi-Oh set? There's Retro Pack in August, I think. What's after that? It's not a Rarity Collection, right? I don't think so. Too lazy to type it in.
Hello and
okay, we're back.
We're here at the NAWCQ, one of the biggest tournaments for Yu-Gi-Oh of the year. This weekend we're determining who is going to represent North America at the World Championship qualifier. We already have two people who are going from the World's Qualifying Point playoff that concluded yesterday, but we're only halfway through the Swiss rounds today, or I guess in total for the tournament. 9 rounds today, 3 more in the morning before we cut to that top 64.
Yeah, we're at the exact halfway point here in round 6, and we are winding down a little bit. You know, you definitely want to have that undefeated record, to have that cushion, because, I mean, even after 12 rounds, you only really can afford at most 3 losses, right?
I mean, that's living
Yeah,
dangerously.
I'm being generous here.
Yeah, you definitely only want to have 2. But in round 6, we're going to have some familiar faces for our feature match. So I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to Kangas to introduce our players for our round 6 feature match. Take it away, Kangas.
Hey, we know him. Let's see.
For our round 6 feature match in the blue chair, from Phoenix, Arizona, Mitchell Martin.
He's my Snake Eye.
Don't challenge him to cardio because he played water polo for Arizona State. And his opponent today in the red chair, from New Brunswick, New
shoot.
Jersey, Pacawat.
Pack himself, also on Fiend's Best Snake Eye.
In a past life, he was a monk. And now his favorite card is Gimmet Puppet Nightmare.
He lost the other feature match in the playoffs, so now he's got to redeem himself.
Well, we have our 2 players. That's right. It's Mitchell taking on Pack. I was talking about that world's qualifying point playoff we had on.
Kind of sad he didn't stick with Branded, but it's pretty understandable.
From doing well at regionals and YCSs throughout this past year, got to compete, and 2 of them got to go. Or guaranteed to go.
Pack goes to your logos?
Pack was one of those 16 players.
Where do you guys live?
Unfortunately, we saw him lose a very close match in
New
that
Jersey?
first feature match we had on Friday, but now he didn't
Pretty
let
cool.
that deter him. He knew he's been practicing for this tournament, and he's back at it this weekend with a 5-0 record, which is, once you hit that 5-0 part, you're starting to feel really, really good about your chances of making day 2.
I know he was super disappointed having lost in that first round of the playoff. He had to put in so much time and effort. I really thought he was one of the best contenders to
yeah, I
take
see
all.
it.
I mean, I'm very happy
Have
with
the
the taking all. I do think
hometown
really
thing right here.
But Pack showing that he's not down and out yet. 5-0, as you mentioned. Really strong record. He wants to solidify it at 6-0.
How many rounds are there of day 1? Is it 9 or 10?
Martin, you know, no slacker himself. He's going to have to face off against him. Another decorated
You
duelist.
rooting for Pack then?
Both players have a lot to go for here.
Yeah,
Well, technically, I guess, because Pack's the only one I know. I collabed with him one time, you know what I'm saying? So I got root for the dude I collabed with, you know? The Riz tier list. That was actually over a year ago now. Kind of crazy.
But you know, he knows who he's up against. You know, it's a player. Mitchell's someone who travels to all of these YCSs and big tournaments, and he's probably seen Pack, and they may have run into each other a couple times. Does look like they are a little bit friendly with that big smile from that awesome player, Pack. You know, my favorite thing about Pack is not only is he good at the game, but he's enjoying playing the game. He loves the game.
I'm not sure I know anyone that loves the game more than Pack.
Whoa, present company excluded.
I think Pack plays more Yu-Gi-Oh!
And today and 3 more tomorrow. My gosh. That many rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh! I could not. That's probably the reason why I don't do big events.
Right, I'll give that to you.
Okay, sorry for
But I guess I'd lose early.
I see him put in.
Yeah, I'd lose early. I'd go 0-3 and then I'd drop anyway, so I wouldn't actually play that much.
Definitely.
That many rounds.
Jump right into it. It's time to duel. Here comes the die roll.
Looks like a 6.
6, not feeling great about a 6.
Oh, 6?
Another 6.
Against 6?
That's fine. 5's worse.
5.
9's lose. Oh, off
Well,
the table.
they're gone.
I'll choose a start. Good luck.
Oh,
well.
Looks like it was enough.
Yep.
It's not hard to beat a 5, and now Mitchell Martin is going to be going first here. This is going to be our first Fiend Smith Snake Eye mirror match. As the tournament starts to get down to the 5-0s, we're going to be featuring some of the best players we have with the chances of competing in day 2.
Oh, Pack went first. Wow, 5 was enough.
2 decks taking on each other in mirror match.
Yo! Okay.
Ash Blossom. Incredible start here.
I didn't even realize Pack was starting.
Yeah, I thought it was
Temple is not quite enough.
It looks like we're going to be going for that Snake Eye Ash off the effective Divine Temple. Does he have any ability to continue playing from that? Maybe a Diabell Star here?
I love the circles.
Ooh, he passed. That's not good. That is not good at all.
Yeah, sometimes setting up Temple so you're able to have the follow-up on your turn is nice, but the bonfire coming down here from Mitchell.
What's in his hand then? 2 other cards?
Looks like you're going to be letting that resolve. Potentially a draw.
It's just got to be like
likely not using
hand
Ash
traps.
Blossom here. If we had Ash Blossom, I think we would have used it on the bonfire just to try to prevent as much damage as possible. But it looks like Snake Eye Ash is hitting the field. Will there be an effect failure? Nope, we're letting this resolve.
Ooh.
Looks like Mitchell's ready to get his game on here, and he's going to add Snake Eyes Poplar to the hand.
Ebers probably has another nib, right? What's in his hand? It's probably just nib and like
interesting. Pack has yet to use the effect of Divine Temple to put his Snake Eye Ash face up on the
Fabled Lurie. It's probably Fabled Lurie and nib. That's probably his hand.
It's very likely.
That could be the case. We're going to see when he decides to eventually use it, but he needs to use it before Mitchell gets his own Divine Temple onto the field because he can summon.
I think Pack's losing game 1.
I imagine he's trying to use some combination here. It's very likely because he had very few playable cards in his opening hand. There wasn't a lot of engine, so it has to be a lot of non-engine, right? It's very likely that there is a combination of Nibiru as well as Effect Veiler in his hand.
Yeah, and we did see him send that Nibiru to the graveyard with 1-for-1, sometimes that kind of indicates there might be another copy because the easiest choice to discard is going to be something you have 2 of. Now he's going to rev it up and send that Snake Eyes Diabell Star to the graveyard to summon Diabell Star the Black Witch.
Yeah, I wonder how many monsters in your
He got no response, 100%.
And you know they're not spells and traps because none of them were set on the field. Any other spells and traps would have been used to continue playing the game, so it has to be some combination of Nibiru, Effect Veiler, or some combination of Bystials as well.
Indeed. Now let's see where Mitchell goes next with this. Looks like he's going to feel the flow and use Snake Eye Ash effect to send these 2 cards to the graveyard to try and special summon a Snake Eye monster from the deck. This could be a key time to use Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. A moment of thought from Pat.
There's no Ash, bro. Stop saying Ash. There's no Ash. There's no way.
This is another key thing to remember. Divine Temple is able to special summon any one monster from the spell and trap zones from either side of the field, so he might be choosing to preserve his effect to use it on his opponent's potentially Snake Eye Diabell Star.
Oh, that is case, and since he is not the turn player, it would be that chain link 2, and he has the opportunity to do so. That really heads up play. But Mitchell's going to continue. He's going to try and high-five this guy and place that Ash Blossom and Joy Spring in the spell and trap card zone, thanks to Snake Eyes Diabell Star.
Yep, any fire monster here, just like
we could maybe go to battle. This game, isn't it?
Is this the moment where Pack is going to swing in?
Okay, no, he's yeah, he has to.
Looks like he is going to use his Divine Temple to Snake Eye, targeting his own Snake Eye Ash.
Don't think he has a Bystial then.
You kind of had to do something right.
It's definitely Nib.
Is threatening a lot of damage here.
I mean, in fact, enough to win the game.
Yeah, enough damage.
8,000 damage on the board, a little over 8,000. But now it's time for Pack to build up his defenses before Mitchell's ready to link into the brains.
Yeah, Poplar getting on the body.
We're going to get that effect of Poplar here. Poplar is going to be able to add some follow-up. Mitchell not needing to do anything about it just yet. Going to be adding the original Sinful Spoils. Mitchell just has to be careful from those points of interactions from the hand. He just needs to preserve his resources as much as he can. Really take it slow here. He doesn't need to just throw all his resources into a Nibiru. I think that's what he has to be most cautious of. That is the most impactful card that could come from his opponent's hand.
Really?
He's just going to need to take a chance, believe in himself here, and he's going to use that original Sinful Spoils, sending that Ash Blossom that was sitting in the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard to spell summon Snake Eye Oak from the deck.
I actually don't even think I would use Oak, to be honest.
Together as one, because divided they're none. Kind of the strategy here for the Snake Eye cards, but we see them all together on the field. 5 monsters on the field for Mitchell Martin.
Now, here is a really easy
because you could just wait, try and push
the Appaloosa, or
Flamberge push the like the Ash into their spell trap zone,
or do you think he's going to try to play around
and just go to battle.
It's tough. I mean, I think he's definitely considering Nibiru.
And then if they nib, then you still have Oak. You still have like Flamberge into Oak and Ash, summon back Poplar. Still like 3 bodies.
It's tough.
I mean,
we have to know like his cards aren't, the other cards in hand aren't starter cards. But yeah, one of them is in fact that Nibiru, the primal being. And all 5 monsters on Mitchell Martin's side are going to the graveyard. But that Snake Eyes Flamberge still has its effect accessible.
That does provide 3 total bodies to the opponent here, and there have been 0 Fiendsmith cards played so far, so he will be able to trigger the Flamberge as well with the Nibiru token to generate some bodies. Now it is just, what can the remainder of Pack's hand provide? We know there's still 1 mystery card here. It's original Sinful Spoils, as well as 1 card that was previously unused. He also
Imagine
has
Ghost
the
Spell
option
here.
to use the effect of Poplar to put his Snake Eye Ash back into the spell and trap zone, or the Poplar itself. But I don't think you want to, because Mitchell's Divine Temple has not been used yet.
Very true. Something to keep in mind.
Yeah, that's also why I like just if he had pushed the Ash into the spell trap zone, he could have templed.
Which I think is a pretty big tell that the last card in Pack's hand is a Bystial.
Could be the case here. Looks like Mitchell Martin taking a chance to look into his extra deck.
Going to be linking away the Nibiru token as well as the Snake Eye Ash. Going able to go after either the Snake Ash or the Poplar, just immediately taking the Ash and linking it away, likely into Promethean Princess.
Yep, here comes Princess. Princess is going to bring back probably Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon.
You called it.
Mitchell's Heart's probably beating in hyperdrive right now. He's playing quickly. He's going to link away the 2 cards for Salmon, Great Raging Phoenix. Then it's going to go into World Sea Dragon.
Yep.
This is enough if Pack doesn't have anything. So the Zelantis is going to banish all monsters on the field, then special summon them all back. And since Pack special summon, a monster special summon to Pack's side of the field, Promethean Princess can special summon back from the grave, destroying the Flamebird. Then since a fire monster is destroyed,
we're going to need a Druis Worm.
That 3,000 attack from Flamebird, and he can go straight to battle. But if he does have that Bestial, it could help. But the World Sea Dragon's Zelantis battle phase effect, being able to destroy cards in the battle phase, might be enough, unless it's a Druis Worm.
Yeah, Druis Worm's like the only thing to stop this.
It has to be a Druis Worm, right?
I'm feeling it.
Because anything else, I think Pack would have conceded by now.
On attack decoration of Zelantis, I can
Ooh, he did have Druis Worm.
Druis Worm. Let's go.
This is the one way to stay alive here. He does have the original to play off the Divine Temple.
So he's going to try and banish Nibiru to summon the Bestial Druis Worm.
Probably the only target available.
Yeah, this really disrupts. I didn't see.
That was a Diabell Star, but you just want to keep their Diabell Star in the grave so you can use it. So we're not dying.
One of these monsters down with it.
We're not dead.
In attack mode here. Going to be using the Zelantis to get rid of the
Yep.
face-up cards here.
Got to send that Raging Phoenix, I think.
Yeah, it's the biggest monster.
Yeah, 100% Raging Phoenix.
So he's able to stay alive.
So he's going to take 25 and 27.
Yep.
Bring it down to 2,800.
Yep.
He's going to need to be able to
There's
link.
Not a lot of actual interruption here from Mitchell Martin.
I hope he has like Nightmare
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Line, I believe. He just has to find a way to climb into it. He's still locked into fire at this point.
He used the heat already.
Unfortunately, we still need a live draw here. I suppose any.
I think
normal
Phoenix,
summons
unless he
will
plays like a
work.
second.
We've played this game before, but
I don't
never
know. We'll
quite
see.
this way. It's like an all-out war with these monsters that obey.
I will pass turn.
And that's
Ooh, yeah, he did not have a way to get it off the field.
Yep, there's not going to be a Nibiru coming from Mitchell Martin's side. Yep, we're going to be
Normal
summoning
Ash?
going
Or
into
Valor?
Anima. Wait, oh, I don't know if I want Anima. I don't
Oh
want
my
Princess Doll.
gosh.
Anima effect target.
Really? Okay.
Are you worried about Nibiru? Or?
Yeah, I just didn't want to give him the option.
This
but
might be his only way to be able to resolve.
Oh
the risk,
my
but he
gosh.
has Blossom
It's
of
over.
Joy Spring again.
yeah, he wanted to have the 2 bodies for.
Not enough. We bricked a little too hard.
That's gonna be it. It looks like Pack is conceding. I mean, we saw some really.
Yeah, I
good
don't think
people
Pack had
talking
done
about
any
the
differently.
aggregation not being as strong since you're able to pivot into the Fiend strategy once you have 2 monsters on the field. So a lot of the top level players and probably just people that are competing and were practicing have moved to stuff like the Bestial monsters to be a little more impactful. It's about surviving. It's about banishing those key cards, maybe stopping an Engraver from coming back from a Lacrimosa, or maybe they're trying to summon Engraver off its own effect. You can just banish it out the graveyard. Even having the Druis Worm just to take something down with it is key there. So there's a lot of different avenues you can go about to try and combat these new strong strategies. You just have to learn to adapt and find a way to continue. If you keep trying to play the same way you're playing before a new set releases, you're going to be behind.
Yeah, it seems Pack here was really hit by one of the key issues of having such a high density of non-engine is sometimes you don't see enough to just be able to play with your own engine. We were able to be stopped on that Snake Eye Ash, and that was just enough there.
I think Pack in his head right now is just saying nothing will bring me down. He's got to focus on game number 2. He's probably lost game 1 a couple times this tournament. A big part of playing this game, it's a test of like mental fortitude, just staying strong. Your mental is a big part of it. If you're like in a bad mood, thinking, "Oh, I lost, I'm not going to win this next game," you're more likely to miss some key plays.
Oh, I would do that. I'd be like, man, my day sucks. I'm gonna lose. I'd sulk.
Get through a singular Nibiru, still find access to a game shot, and unfortunately, a Druis Worm was able to keep him out of that, but still enough pressure to know to clear the Divine Temple, make sure not allow for any vulnerability.
Definitely, you got to consider all your options here: face up, face down, attack or defense. Lots of different ways you can use your cards. YuGiOh, just one of the greatest games ever. And now we get to see 2 of these top level players both sitting at
Pack 10 on his sleeves. Oh shoot, you're right. He does have Pack 10 on his back.
Championship. One of these players will be moving on 6.
That's true though. I did it, I got 30 packs of sleeves using Pack 10. Good deal. Real good deal.
Still kind of talking about it, like, yeah, the double Ash Blossom really stopped Pack in this game, but you can see the focus. It's okay to talk to your opponent, but always remain focused.
Yeah, post side, Pack I think has one of the most interesting decks going into it. I think he really wanted to capitalize on winning game 1 because he thinks going first is already so strong. But post side, his going first is incredibly strong into the mirror specifically. He has copies of Lullaby of Obedience. He has copies of Crossout Designator. He even has a copy of Monster Reborn.
Yeah, there's lots of things that he'll be able to use in his arsenal. But I have one question for you before we jump into game number 2, Asala. And is that, can you feel the power?
No.
I suppose I can.
I
feel
can't.
the power too. Let's go ahead and jump right into it.
All right, let's try this again, Pack. We just need Ash, Diablo Star, you know, the usual.
I hope we get to see even more cool stuff coming from these 2 top-level players here in game number 2.
We'll see if there's a normal summon Snake Ash, but we're going to be
Okay.
with just Diabellstar starting the Snake Eye Diabellstar.
Well, that kind of sucks that it's not wanted, but
not something you really want to
you
see
know,
in your hand,
can't have it all.
He'll be able to maybe put it back in the spell and trap card zone with a
Ooh,
Snake Eye
bonfire?
Poplar at
Okay.
some point in this turn.
I mean, yeah, opening Diabellstar with Snake Eye Diabellstar is a extended combo more so than
Ooh, no
just
draw,
opening
okay, no
regular
draw.
Diabellstar. So it's not necessarily a bad opening. It's usually a good opening, but it is very vulnerable to a lot of different interactions from your
Temple.
opponent's
Okay, we have both
really
Temple
important
and
full extension.
Original
But
now.
when you have access to Temple and Poplar, this is already pretty strong.
Yeah, his hand is no short of starters this time. Last time he had a few too many defensive options and had to just pass the turn on after just one Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, but sometimes that one point of interaction is enough. But now we're going to see a Link summon for Moon of the Closed Heaven. And
Oh, that's Phantasm. I was like, what is that? Okay, Phantasm.
popularity, and we see it here. You're going to be able to draw 2 cards and put
A
one
little
back.
scary, drawing some, redoing the hand a
I
little.
believe this makes a lot of sense for Phantasmic coming back into the format when you have something with the Fiendsmith engine that's really
Ooh,
reminiscent
maybe that's
of
what I
the
need to
Orcus
play in my
engine.
Exodia deck.
So
Some
that was a
Phantasmic.
very popular reason to play Phantasmic back then. It's
Would probably be pretty decent.
Math checks out on that one. It is a fantastic card. You can get this version as a quarter century secret rare in Rarity Collection 2. Actually, a ton of cards that we've seen in the player decks are in Rarity Collection 2 if you want to bling your deck out in all sorts of different rarities.
I don't think the Phantasme being on the field changes Pack's lines at all. But
Nope.
it is something he has to consider because he doesn't want to target down Fiendsmith, obviously allowing his opponent to use Phantasme's effect. And leaving your opponent with any bodies on the field is really rough because of how easily accessible the Fiendsmith engine is.
Is Phantasma only when it targets your cards, or is it any card on the field?
Yep, probably just Ash, right?
That's what I thought. So we won't be able to stop anything
Yeah.
with his own cards, so he can avoid that if he can. But we see Fiendsmith Requiem coming down. The Divine Temple.
That promotion though for Rarity too. Just ignore that. It's not. That's not there.
No interruptions except for the Phantasme from Mitchell here. That is
Yep.
one of the
Fiendsmith
concerns with
Tom.
Phantasme. It's taking a spot of something else. So is no guarantee that you will see anything to actually stop your opponent, but it does help sculpt
We
your
still have
hand
original
to better position
sets.
yourself.
Ooh, we have a lot
Phantasma
still.
is always one of those cards you want to be good. You want to be able to use it. But yeah, as you mentioned, if it doesn't draw into those cards you're looking for, it's a little tough.
All right, now he could Phantasme negate this. I don't know if Phantasme destroys though. That text is a little too small for me to read.
Everything should just be a one-card starter.
Bruh moment. Let me out.
I
Okay,
think that's what
nice.
I'm getting from everyone online. They love the one-card starters.
Yeah, I'm sure that's everyone's favorite, Billy.
I like it. I like the power. I can feel the power.
If Phantasme destroys, it might be worth it.
When mistakes are allowed.
Exactly. Not
But if it
everyone's
only
perfect
negates
all the
activation, then
time.
it's probably not.
It's just a prank, kid.
He does negate.
Looks like we're going to be getting rid of the skill.
Skill drain? Huh. Skill drain,
So
really?
he opted to use the effect of the engraver to force out a
Okay, and it does
Phantasme,
destroy.
cutting a card out of
That's
his hand.
pretty
He
good
has
then.
The additional body, he doesn't need to have the engraver on the field, so just forcing the Phantasme.
Original
How do you
time?
feel about siding and skill drain going second?
It's probably for crossout.
Ah, but he just happened to draw it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you were mentioning that before.
Oh, cross out. That's right. You can cross out skill drain. Yeah, makes sense.
It's very interesting that he
Ooh.
happened to keep that with his hand after the Phantasma had already resolved. I wonder what that indicates.
Yeah,
on his
cross out
hand.
target. Yeah, it definitely is. I
That's
wasn't thinking about
You
that.
gotta pick up on those key things. The information you can get from what your opponent's doing. Definitely something you want to keep in mind. But yeah, if he kept the skill drain, what else is there? Another copy of skill drain, maybe? I
Surprised he didn't put it back then. His hand must be pretty bad if he kept the skill drain in his hand.
I guess if he doesn't have cross out, I guess it would be.
Yeah, like maybe he put back something along the lines of Snake Idea Bellstar. Or maybe even a Fable.
Ooh, Lullaby.
Well, what's he gonna call?
What if he calls Oak and it's not in his deck? Actually, no, he already used Oak. It's Ashland. Yeah, it's just Ash.
Say it. I don't have Snake Eye Ash. Oh, no, he does, in fact, play Snake Eye Ash.
Imagine if he drew all 3 Ash.
Satisfied with his opponent saying, yeah, I don't
He draws all 3 Ashes, like, I don't have any left in my deck.
Yeah, all 3 were banished. that was rough.
Shout outs to Bowden in the finals of the World Championship. Lullaby Obedience is a strong card if you use it correctly. Pack was one of the people who popularized this card actually in the past few months. Still rocking it here to the NAWCQ.
Yeah, but he was able to preserve his normal summon here as well by using the Bonfire for the Poplar, playing around
What do you
Troll
grab
as well,
though?
but really pairing well with the Lullaby of Obedience.
Just grab follow up, just... Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. We normaled the Poplar already. Or not normal, bonfired it.
2 cards at least taken out of Mitchell Martin's hand here, limiting him to only 3 cards at this point on.
Ash effect.
Do you think Mitchell thinks he can only win if Pack loses? Or do you think he'll let Destiny choose?
A crazy sentence, Billy.
You should just let Destiny choose. So we'll see how he goes about this. Looks like he is coming down now, going after Snake Eye Ash.
Oh, this is one of the more beneficial parts of Lullaby Obedience that doesn't get talked about enough. You're putting a fire in your opponent's graveyard for the
The value.
Hilarious. I love it.
The freest. Oh, Celine.
Celine's going to get some counters since there's 3 or more spell cards in the field or graveyard. It's going to be able to remove 3 of them to special summon back a spellcaster.
I'm going to be summoning back that Dia Bellstar.
For Apo, I guess.
He was just so used to taking his opponent's cards, he was just giving them away.
Yep.
Dapusa has now hit the board.
What do we have left? Flamberge still?
How fast Pack is going.
Oh yeah, and
Feedsmith.
Feedsmith. Okay.
Alive right now. He knows what he's doing. He's putting back the Moon of the Closed Heaven, special summoning out Fiendsmith Engraver.
Making sure if he wants to use the Flamebridge effect first. Nope, we're going to be linking those away.
IP, I guess.
Goes into, yep, there is the
Oh,
Moon
Moon
Closed
again.
Heaven.
Okay.
We've already seen one Veiler gone, so I think he's not too concerned about a combination of Veiler and Nibiru at this point. He's just going to try to make the strongest field.
I guess you're going for Sequentia into Desiree.
He's going to link summon
into sequence.
Yeah, okay.
This is the point.
I don't remember the materials you need for the Desiree. Is it like Fiendsmith plus like 2 Light Fiends? Is that what you need?
Putting back the Moon of the Closed Heaven. Likely the Engraver, as well as the Requiem. Maybe? Or just the 2? No, we're going to go for Lacrima.
Lacrima is going to let him either
Okay.
add back.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that makes sense too. That checks out.
Yep, adding the Engraver to the field.
Does he play Beatrice or does he play Caesar?
He has not used track this turn, right?
He has not.
All right, we're going to be overlaying those 2 level 6 monsters into
Okay.
Beatrice. I wonder what else he needs at this point.
Send that Black Goat last.
That's a pretty good question most turns. Like, what else do you need? But you could always have more. We've seen the subpar boards get broken pretty easily, so playing
Oh, setting
Beatrice
Wanted.
Beatrice
Okay.
send down Wanted to get a draw?
Yeah.
Nice.
Why not?
Why not? I like it.
Giving yourself all that kinds of additional follow-up here. Getting more information before he decides on the remainder of his field. All right, so now it's just a line of when will he make Princess? He has not made IP Masquerena yet. So I think maybe he just consolidates the field, makes IP Masquerena here. Yep, and then now he can link away the sequence as well as the IP into Princess and then use the Princess. Oh, okay, yeah, we have the final extra body. There is the Magnuma here being able to banish the Beatrice. This is going to let him end on most of the full field here. You're going to have the Appaloosa, you're going to have the Flamebridge Dragon with the IP in the back, and then you're also going to have the Princess in the graveyard.
Again, I was going to say, do you SP Little Knight here just to get rid of the Phantasme, which also comes into play that he forced out the Phantasme earlier in the turn? Nope, he hasn't done the Princess just yet, but I'm somewhere down the line. But it looks like he's just going to go for the Flamebridge IP.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to link away the Princess into, because he has used a lot of the fire monsters in his extra deck already. Maybe a Nightmare Phoenix just to keep the Appaloosa invulnerable as well. Yep, there it is. Nightmare Phoenix calling to the Appaloosa, so it will not be destroyed.
Pretty nice.
Pretty important in the face of the Phantasme.
Definitely, he's going to have to reach down deep, beat defeat here.
Yep. And he has the Druid Worm as well, which
Ooh, that's gonna be tough.
With the IP Master
Druid Worm plus IP.
Very strong SP Little Knight play. And the Little Knight will also be indestructible by battle.
Pretty cool.
You got like 2 other cards here.
Definitely a good turn 1 here from Pack. Now Mitchell is starting with the Phantasme on the board.
Yep.
Appaloosa has 3 chances to negate with 2400 attack.
Enter battle phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about Phantasma being a cool option. This is another thing that it kind of sticks on the field, so it helps you start your turn in a little bit of a better position. At least going to maybe force out this IP being put
Oh, he didn't know about Phoenix.
Potentially. He could wait.
Oh, he didn't know.
Attack with the Phantasme.
Oh, no.
Phoenix makes it protected by battle.
Oh, no.
So now he's forced into main phase 2, going to normal summon the
Oh, that's bad. That's real bad.
It looks like he activated the Poplar, or sorry.
You wouldn't have fell for that, Athal. You called it.
Yeah, well, I thought there was a purpose in summoning it there, yeah. Yeah, so on the summon of Poplar, he was not activating the effect, not feeding.
Do you imagine if he had evenly though? Just crash into Flamberge and then evenly? Well, that would have been crazy, but man, he forgot about Phoenix.
Another Phantasma hitting the field.
He has a lot of links on the field.
You have to do it. You have to use it as a trigger.
On summon.
I went summon IP, then I go IP effect.
But I'm turn
Oh,
player.
okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit of miscommunication there. He does not have priority to activate the IP Masquerade effect because he's not the turn player.
Because I'm turn player, so I get to make first. Correct. Yeah.
So yeah, he's trying to say on the summon of IP activate Phantasma, and then Pack would have to chain IP to the Phantasma.
Yeah, I mean,
but he could do Appaloosa.
Yeah, just App negate. It doesn't really matter, but
he's going to use the Appaloosa on it.
we take those. I guess we do. It happens.
So I think there's only one activation on the Appaloosa left.
When you're trying to win, that's their own fault. I'm surprised he didn't know that though. That's like Phoenix is like been around forever, and it's a pretty common card now in a lot of people's lists. So I don't know.
To stop that targeting effect to banish that Snake Eyes Poplar.
Yep, he cannot activate that Phantasma here.
Oh, we are so
You
screwed.
have to do everything correctly, really, to be in a
Oh,
good position.
we are
The deck does
so
not play
screwed.
itself, contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, Pack is absolutely one of the best players at knowing the sequencing because he's just done it so many times.
Popper chilling to O.
Practice makes perfect. Theory only takes you so far, I promise you.
Going to be able to add back that original that he added to the deck from the Wanted in the previous turn that he sent off the Beatrice. Even more follow-up here.
Yep.
Yep, you're going into the next
Yep,
game here.
there's
Pack
you
able
can't
to
beat
take
that.
Very cleanly, having a much stronger hand.
Let's go with the code link effect on Phoenix on Master Duel Link, or on Duel Links of all places. Yeah, it hasn't really come up that often until now, when it's been code linked to Appa. That is actually like almost like checkmate type scenario.
There was a couple of things there he was trying to do that he couldn't do, and he has to like shake that off.
Real annoying to deal with, especially if you don't have an imperm. If you don't have an imperm, it's over. Wrap it up.
An unlikely scenario. It's not
That Appo's getting all the gates.
by Nightmare Phoenix, but he definitely, as soon as that happened, we're like, oh no, I messed up maybe. And then when he was trying to potentially use the Phantasme that was chain block, that was probably another time in his head he could be like, oh no, I just messed up again. He has to not let this snowball into too much of a problem for himself and stay focused and determined here going into game number 3.
Yeah, we do see that he has a lot of tools for going first as well. We saw the skill drain earlier. He does have additional copies for when he actually gets to go first. And then there are some techs in his deck as well that I think are very critical for going first. And I'm not sure if they're going to be able to come into play. Usually when you're playing a Snake Eye mirror match, most of your turn doesn't go uninterrupted. You're not going to be able to get your full field, but you'll get like a majority of it, depending on how many interruptions there are.
Yeah, definitely. And this will be the first game we get to see Mitchell go first.
Yeah, he was able to do mostly uncontested game 1 because Pack was not able to really put up much. But he did have to play through the Bestial and the Nibiru, but it was kind of like he was going first in that sense.
It definitely felt like it. But we're going to have to see what is going to play out here in Game 3. There's some cool techs in Mitchell's deck that I hope we get to see now that he's going first. We'll have to wait. I'm not going to spoil it too soon just in case we don't get to see it. Then he makes it to Top Cut. We'll maybe get to see it again. But there's a lot of things you can do in the Fiends with Snake Eye deck. When you have access to Beatrice, that lets you really access a lot of cards in your deck that you wouldn't normally be able to access.
Yeah, I think that was one of the questions when the Fiendsmith cards came out is, okay, so obviously Beatrice is going to be way more accessible now. How can we break it the most?
That's what the Yu-Gi-Oh players are always trying to do. How can we make these decks so good to where it's going to be overwhelming for the opponent?
I mean, Beatrice is always the answer to that card, right? Beatrice has always been one of those cards where it really tests the limits of how far the game can go.
Yeah, I mean, just it used to be able to just send a Farfa, which was annoying, but the more annoying part is when it would summon that Dante Pilgrim from the extra deck when it leaves the field. We haven't seen that in a while, but man, that was the Pilgrim. The Beatrice was always like, it's whatever, but that Pilgrim was the one that was hard to deal with.
Yes, unlimited extra deck Beatrice can get its hidden second ability to summon a free monster as well.
All right, both players are done siding. Shuffling up. Game 3. This is an important game for both these players. Moving on to 6-0 means they will be halfway through the tournament with an undefeated record. 5-1, still great, still great.
But you want that 6-0.
Yeah, you want that. I mean, you want to go 11-0, 12-0. I mean, once you hit the 10-0, you're feeling really good.
You just want to get to 10-0, really. Honestly, at 9-0, you're pretty comfortable.
Not a big deal, just 10-0.
Yeah, just...
Yo, he's signing extra deck monsters. I wasn't paying attention. Side and triple evenly dark ruler. I don't.
Pack versus Mitchell.
Would you?
Before game number 3,
I don't know. Those. It's like so awkward to side. Board breaker versus hand trap sometimes. I don't know. I guess evenly's probably okay. But you want to draw like dark ruler plus evenly. Ooh.
This is a time where you might want to think about having an effect.
That's a little rough. Would I hand trap that?
But
looks like we're letting it walk.
But now he has to
If I have Ash, I'd probably just save it for original.
All right, we're letting all this go through.
This is
I was joking. Oh.
Just Diabellstar. I mean, I didn't see his hand, but if you have just
You could though.
You don't feel great because
I mean, but a good evenly could really hurt.
Oh, but it is a Veiler.
We are holding the effect Veiler here.
So do you think he held onto the effect Veiler instead of using on the Diabellstar, worried about him just having a Snake Eye Ash in his hand?
Yeah, I think this is one of the key differences after
Draw 2.
the release of Necroquip Princess. When you're usually prioritizing
Magnemite and is that Oak? What did he draw?
And even if they did have
He drew Magnemite. I saw that.
Too many resources for the following turn. Now, if you have a Snake Eye Ash as well as a Diabellstar, and both were met with infinite impermanence, you still are able to get your full combo. So you need to hold your interruptions and be a little bit greedier with what you get out of them.
Definitely. And it looks like he
Okay, we have Fiendsmith combo now.
That triple tactics talent to draw to 2 cards.
We still have a normal at least, so we have that.
Get the second monster on the field. 2 monsters can go into Moon of the Closed Heaven. Being a light fiend means it can fulfill the requirements for the Link 1 Fiendsmith's Requiem.
Yeah.
We know there's no Ash Blossom because the tactics would have been met with that.
Requiem's going to tribute itself to special summon Fiendsmith's Engraver from the deck to the field. Now, where does he go from here? Does the Necroquip Princess come into play?
He has not committed his normal summon just yet. So
Ooh, yeah, he did draw Oak. That's pretty good.
Cameras either froze or they were deep in thought.
Pack was either considering his options or waiting for his opponent to continue.
But it looks like he's going to bring back the Ash, equip the Requiem from the graveyard to the Engraver, and now Snake Eye Oak is going to send the Requiem and itself to the graveyard to special summon a Snake Eye from the deck.
We're going to get that Poplar. We have not seen it yet.
Yes.
Now he can get access
Temple
to Divine.
time.
Temple's going to get that Snake Eye Diabellstar.
That's not where field spells go. Now, if the field spells still replace them, I could see potentially putting in the middle, but no, everyone can have their own field spells now. I mean, for some time.
Yeah, it's not a field center, that's right.
It is not a field center, but that Divine Temple is going to play Snake Eyes Diabellstar into the spell and trap card zone, which is where you want it.
things are looking good for Mitchell here.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to just use the effect of Snake Eye Ash, sending the Snake Eye Bellstar. He's going to summon the Flamebridge from the hand. Not
Small
ideal.
victory for Pack.
Yeah. You're going to be link away the Poplar that's going to put that Snake Eye Bellstar right back in the Spell and Trap zone.
Do you know what card would have gotten really good if Pack had it? Mulcharmy Perilia in this hand. Especially feels bad when you have to summon Black Witch, normal summon from your hand, and special summon from your hand. That's 3 free cards.
I think he'd be happy with anything else at this point, right? He only had an Effect Veiler so far. No guarantee that that's all he has, but a lot of this has been walking.
Yeah.
I do imagine the Mulcharmies are in his deck.
Lacrimosa?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something you want to at least have in your side deck for going second against most decks. There's really not many cards that are better than it. Or at least it can draw you into cards that'll be useful as well. So the Lacrima's coming down, going to bring back Engraver. And the Poplar put the Snake Eyes Bellstar back in the Spell and Trap card zone so she can summon herself from there at any point with her own effect.
Have to wonder if Pack is holding in Nibiru, trying to get the maximum value.
I'm hoping for Pack's sake we have a Nibiru.
There's a threat of Appaloosa here as well as continuing the combo, but it looks like we're going to be using the Snake Eye Bellstar next. Put the Oak in the Spell and Trap zone.
That's going to be one you want to summon off
But
Divine
even
Temple,
then,
potentially.
it's still a little
It
rough.
has already used its effect, so if there is
During
Nibiru...
Pack's turn. During Pack's turn.
All right, so here's the Celine. This is the Nibiru check.
Yep, you have. Yep.
Remove 3 counters.
Yep.
Do you think you just goes into
Nothing on
Appaloosa here?
7. Okay.
Or
All right.
continuing?
Moving on to the next stage. Is there an Imperm Nibiru?
Got to keep going through these checks. Always keep in mind that your opponent can have a lot of combination of cards. Overlay for rank 6. Probably
He has.
gonna be
This is,
Beatrice.
okay, it's time. Will he be resolving his secret tech?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Secret tech.
This would be cool. It is. We do get to see
Oh.
Spell Canceller for the Flamebridge.
Spell
Yeah, we
Canceller.
were talking about before, like, how does he get spell? We understood he sends spell canceller to the graveyard with Beatrice, but how does he get it out? Snake Eyes Flamebridge Dragon is always the answer.
Flamberge. Oh, man.
It looks like we're going to be linking off the Flamebridge now into Moon once again. Flamebridge is going to be able to summon back 2 monsters from the graveyard before it's eventually revived with something along the lines of Promethean Princess.
That impermanent could still help him.
Thinking.
Oh,
he has a
no.
combination. I think he has a combination.
He could also just have like Bestial Nib or something, try and force out Appaloosa Negate and then chain.
I wonder if I mean,
if it's
But
impermanent.
you would wait on res,
is there a
though.
reason to hold it? Why even let him get to the princess?
Oh, he kept it imperm.
Oh, okay.
But this is huge. Like stopping that Flamebridge Dragon from getting back on the field means you're not getting spell canceller.
Blocking into fires? Well, not anymore.
But also, why didn't he just Flamberge earlier? Why did he wait so long? He literally had the Flamberge and the thing set up already.
You're like, oh, but that's adapting and seeing like your opponent do something and then doing it in the next game. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Like he had, like Spellcaster 100% should already be in the spell trap
At
zone.
this point, maybe he can. He can't climb back into sequence to do anything. He's already gone through that entire line. He can still. He can't make IP. He can make it just an SP.
If he wants to make SP, can he?
It's infinite impermanence.
Oh, he got impermed. You're right. You're right. He's not locked into fires. But gosh,
I mean, you can always just make
SP's tough.
Zelantis.
Oh, he does play Raging Phoenix still. You're right. We've seen some players cut Raging Phoenix and Zelantis, though that's a tough card. I mean, that's a big part about the Fiendsman cards. It's a huge package to go into your extra deck. So you're going to have to make sure you have to give up something, whether it's Access Code Talker, which a lot of players have cut. But you can still use that. The Access Talker is just 1 card, while World Sea Dragons, Atlantis, and Raging Phoenix is 2 cards. But you got to find a way to fit all those cards into the extra deck.
Yep, there is that SP Lil Knight. Probably going to banish his own Snake Eye Ash. Oh, nope. Yep, just going to be passing back here. Getting the Magnum additional value.
It's Druis Worm. That's a good search. The
Apo plus SP.
This weekend.
Probably.
A lot of players' decks.
I think the other card is Phantasme?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they also has Druid's Worm, so.
Appaloosa SP, Druis Worm, Princess waiting in the graveyard. Has the Poplar as a fire monster on the field. He has the Divine Temple to bring up the Snake Eye Oak.
Ooh, Lullaby.
Lullaby Obedience.
That is a strong one, but I don't know if it'll be enough. It's a very strong
I mean, just call Ash, I guess.
I'll call Poplar.
Or Poplar.
Snake Eye Poplar. Good?
I don't think there's another Poplar, but just in case.
Nope.
You should be good. I will go ahead and add it to your hand.
I'll declare the effect in my hand.
All right, since Snake Eyes Poplar was added to Pack's hand, you can reveal it to special summon from the hand. Doesn't matter whose deck it comes from.
Having
guess that
two
makes
really solid
sense.
options between Snake Eye, regular Diabell Star as well as Poplar, where it doesn't matter if it goes to hand or field. Really strong here.
Now
Another
it's
Poplar.
going to force out the Appaloosa negate.
That is one. It was made with Celine, so I believe it only has the 2 uses, so only 1 left.
Only that 800 attack remaining. What else does Pack have at his disposal? He had to use Effect Veiler and Infinite Permanence, so he's down a couple cards already.
Now he's going to normal summon that Poplar, attempt to activate its effect again.
See if he uses SP or Appaloosa. Appaloosa going to 0.
Yep, it's going to take both uses there.
Does he have a Diabell Star?
I mean, it doesn't even feel great. He's going to be giving it back to Mitchell.
That is true. It's not his Poplar. It's our Poplar. Sharing is caring.
We can at least make Anima now. Take another one of his Poplars.
It forces out the Princess because he'll take away his fire. Oh, no, but he has Divine Temple to give him another one with Snake Eye Oak.
Yeah. He also just has SP Little Knight. There is the Snake Eye Ash. Off the effect of the Snake Eye Oak, it's going to be able to get him another resource, either just an Ash for next turn. Yeah, most likely just an Ash for next turn. Considering both Poplars are on the table.
I guess so. Anima take Poplar.
Good play 3.
Letting that through, huh?
So Anima's going to take the Poplar.
Yeah, this is what I was wondering. Did he hard drew the original?
Wow, so the Poplar was just a bait. He was using it as an infinite impermanence to use all those negates out of Appaloosa, but he always had the original Sinful Spoils all along.
Does not have access to Divine Temple anymore. Might not even be in his deck at this point because he might side it out to fit more.
Both the things you would want are kind of awkward. You've already used your normal. You've already used Poplar effect.
I don't know, there's something about that just makes me giggle.
Our cards.
Literally.
Little Knight.
So.
Yep, and his normal summon has been used here.
You can't use Princess. He already chained SP. Yeah.
It goes trigger effect.
Also, why would you even wait? You SP targeted the Ash, so why would you even chain Princess? What?
Hidden quick effects.
I don't think it matters. This is a really rough spot. He needs like.
Probably Oak, right? Adding a Poplar to your hand doesn't do anything.
Shoot, I don't know what he needs. He's really far behind.
Just another Ash, but that doesn't do anything either. Maybe adding a Poplar. What is that last card in your hand?
It has to be like a power spell of some sort.
Maybe Diabell Star? If he has Diabell Star, I think he's okay. Actually.
Pass.
Oh, but he doesn't.
Womp.
Well. It's over.
But I mean, that is not much of anything.
Tough year for Pack.
Dude, just normal that Ash, dude.
Now it's up to Mitchell to close out this game number 3.
Oddly enough, both his Poplars are in the graveyard.
Triple Darkler and Evenly would have saved them. I don't know about that.
But we're gonna go into the Zelantis from
Appaloosa,
and that is enough.
Yep,
I think Dark Ruler alone was enough. Funny enough.
But Pack only taking his first loss in the tournament.
Dark Ruler alone was enough, but it would lose a spell canceller. So, I don't know.
3 more rounds going on today.
Yep, hard fought match there, but a little bit unlucky. Only having, I mean, it used to be Infinite Ferments and Effect Veiler was enough, but the addition of the Fiendsmith engine, not easy to stop.
Wow, I can't believe Fiendsmith Snake Eye won.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
We did it.
You need a different combination. Just having the 2 effect negations, not really where you want to be against this matchup. You really want to pair one of those with the Nibiru like you saw, or maybe like a Beast Steel or something like that, but yeah, just having the 2 effect negations and having to use them. I mean, Mitchell has to have the cards to continue to play. I think he did time them pretty well, to where he didn't use it on the first Diabell Star, let him get to the Snake Eye Ash, gave him a little more leeway to where hopefully he can't continue to play, but his hand wasn't any short of any plays to continue.
Yeah, I wonder if he.
The format is saved exactly.
Mitchell didn't have like the perfect knowledge as to how.
We love these formats. Let's run it.
Gamble, especially at this stage, both players are undefeated. Probably not worth it, but maybe you take that risk and you just use your interruptions immediately like you used to.
I'm hungry. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab
I
some.
wonder if there was any merit.
Grab
I
some
guess
real
the
quick.
Infinite permanence he used
You
on the
know.
princess. There's a potential he holds it, Burge, and by the time like you actually push us forward, the spell canceller, you've probably committed a card to the field. So there's really no hope on like holding the Imperm. But he may have been able to start his turn with the Imperm on the Appaloosa. But I guess if you have a Lullaby of Obedience in your hand, and you see that spell canceller hit the graveyard, you know, it's pretty scary. So just. But maybe somehow locking him to fire. So
I think that probably was his plan, right? He was trying to hold the Infinite Impermanence until his own turn, but then he saw the spell canceller, and then the whole plan went out the window.
Yeah, so you have to really give it up to Mitchell Martin for the deck building, for coming into this tournament with this game plan that we haven't seen a lot of players use. And you see Sam, they were teammates in the 3v3 Team YCS. They came in second place. Pack has won at Team YCS before also, but really close there with Sam before, but they're best friends, hanging out here this weekend, both cheering each other on.
Yeah, that's really got to love the camaraderie here at these high-level tournaments. You know, you come together, you work on these decks together, and you really just want to show your support, even in these losses.
Yeah, definitely. You want to be there for your friends. You want to watch them win, but you got to watch them lose and bring them back up when they're down for sure. But, you know, just going back to Mitchell Martin's deck, like seeing that, you talked on it, that the spell canceller really like threw a wrench in Pack's plans when he was holding that Imperm. But you have to give it up to Mitchell for having the hindsight to build a deck like that, to be ready for that. And I want to hear what he has to say about that spell canceller. So, Kangas, take it away.
Thank you very much, Billy. I'm here with Mitchell after winning the feature match. First off, congratulations. Just learned that was your first ever feature match. Is that true?
First one on stream, that's correct.
First one on stream. What were nerves like then for you as you were experiencing this for the first time?
Nerves were high, definitely different environment than what I'm used to, you know, playing, you know, with the rest of the crowd, but it was a really fun experience and I'm excited to do it again.
Well, you're coming in as a VIP to the event, but a lot of people would assume that means an easier road. I would argue it's a harder road because you got very tough opponents, Pack, one of them. What's your journey been like so far up to round 6 here?
You know, first couple rounds, I was expecting more Snake Eye. Ended up playing some other matchups, but the last 3 rounds I have played the Snake Eye Fiendsmith, so, you know, I did expect quite a bit of that deck, and it's what I've been playing so far.
All right, well, you're wearing the Team Jobber jersey, so first off, shout out to Team Jobber. Any shout outs you want to give to anybody on the team?
You know, shout out to the boss man himself, JRB Jobber. He's, you know, one of the best guys in the community here, and, you know, he has a YouTube channel, and, you know, be sure to follow him and whatnot. And I'd also love to shout out, you know, all my friends and community in Arizona, as, you know, they, you know, help me test, and, you know, they're just great to be around.
Not your first time being on a team, though, because you told me before coming up here, was it water polo? So you competed in water polo at Arizona State. What's the similarities of water polo and Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm curious to hear, as a competitor, what your thoughts are.
Well, the goal of the game is to win, and, you know, I'm a competitive guy, so I'm here to win the game. That's right.
All right, well, best of luck in your future matches as you continue to try and win. Thanks so much for sending it over to the casters.
All right. Thanks, Kangas. Good to hear from Mitchell Martin.
I'm back.
It is like you don't have to be on a team to have a good playtesting circle. You just really have to go to your local OTS, try and win, try and play, and then meet some people and practice. Find some people that are similar to you, that have similar interests, and have a good time playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The best way to get better is to enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the cards using.
Got some nice cold pizza, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm too lazy to heat it up. And also, it kind of tastes the same hot or cold, so.
Everyone tells you is the best deck. There's also different ways to play the best deck sometimes. Like, even though this was a mirror match, they both have completely different strategies going into this tournament to try and win it.
Yeah, you know, this is definitely one of those tournaments where there's a lot of creativity being shown here. It is week number 1 of Infinite Forbidden. There's a lot of different things you can do. We're experimenting with different Beatrice lines, and we saw Spell Canceller versus something a little bit more streamlined. They're trying to like just have more minimalistic and focusing on going second versus focusing on going first. It's, you know, it's a bit of a gamble focusing on going first. Personally, I don't know if I had the guts to do Spell Canceller in my main deck, but you know, sometimes you get rewarded.
Definitely, and the reward is high here. You get to go to the World Championship if he makes it. He's halfway to forever now. But speaking of all the variety in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a variety of ways you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! And one of those awesome ways is going to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links for Speed Duel. And why it's specified for Speed Duel is because you can also play Rush Duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. If you haven't checked that out, you should. But for Speed Duel, they have a new pickup box. That's a Progressive Fusion. And the new mini box, Destroyer of Phantasm. You can see all these cards that are now in Duel Links. Fright for Patchwork is probably my favorite one up there. Which one of these 4 is your favorite?
I mean, okay, recently it has to be the Unchained Abomination.
Really? I thought
just
you were
love that
maybe
deck.
you're gonna go Sacred Sword or Patchwork.
That's
but-
old favorites, but recency bias, you know?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of cool things you can play in Duel Links. I heard YuBell's a deck that is really popular in Duel Links right now, so you definitely want to go check out
Duel Links seems so
or Speed
weird.
Duel.
It's
But
like
while
so
you're there, you might as
behind.
well check out the Rush Duel
Or like
portion
so
of YuGiOh
limited.
Duel Links as well. These are
I
gonna
can't
be
imagine
games
playing
that are
some of
gonna be
these decks on
competed
Duel
for
Links.
at the World Championship that everyone's trying to qualify for here this weekend. Now, this was round 6. It's a 12-round tournament, 9 rounds of Swiss today, 3 more in the morning before we cut to that top 64, and eventually we're going to have the top 4 and find out who is going to join Ruben and Jose in representing North America at the World Championship in Seattle. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our next round of Swiss and have the conclusion of day number 1 here shortly. Stay tuned.
I don't get why they don't have these like with audio from the Duo. Like you already have the camera set up. Like, come on. Just seems so weird. I don't know. I can't really tell what's happening. We're just like looking. Dude, hearing this song only reminds me of Ruxin. Just because he always uses this song when he pulls like a hollow. I should just walk around like the other matches while we wait. Because these take forever. I'm just gonna rewatch like round 2 or something because we missed it.
I wonder, like, because at this point, without Kiklos, Reinhardt normal summon by itself doesn't really accomplish much. So we're gonna have to see with adding Reinhardt where he wants to go with this. Is he going to just make a Mud Dragon into a potentially Bahamut Shark line?
That doesn't seem too bad.
It's weird because you feel like you're not getting the value out of the Imseti, but you can easily find more copies with the King Sarcophagus, right? You can just keep discarding cards up to 3 times.
Are there any users I want to play against or get coaching from?
Cards, but it does look like he sends down Havness.
I mean, probably
is going to send back the Imseti. Okay, cool.
I don't know, not really. There may be like
Shark, as you said.
some. I don't know. There's not really that many I would like want to play against. I guess if I wanted to like learn Brandon, I'd probably just hit up Metagames GX, just because he or he does like a lot of Brandon stuff, and if I wanted to learn the deck, he'd be one of those guys. And also because I've talked to him and know him now, but I don't know. Play against, I mean, it doesn't really matter for me. I'd do anything. So I guess maybe not just specifically play, but I mean, there's plenty of people I'd be like, you know, let's do some.
Yeah, you just happen to draw it, you can just send it.
You know what I'm saying?
So now that he has King Sarcophagus, he can add the Lurry and discard anything else. So I really want to see what that could mean. It could always just discard the Lurry, though. But I want to see something happen.
We'll see what he decides to do. He does add Fabled Lurry, discards a Fabled Lurry, and now he's going to special summon it to the field. Whoa, Totally Awesome's on the field. There's plenty of cool things going on here. This is what I came to see. I want to see how the Fiendsmith cards are impacting the end board here. Going to go into Fiendsmith's Requiem. Only takes 1 light Fiend monster. Link 1's notoriously very strong in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yep.
So that's going to tribute itself off to special summon Fiendsmith's Engraver from the deck to the field.
I wonder if he's going to go for Necroquip, or if it's just a more standard line, because he does have the additional bodies already represented on the field. He doesn't need to use the Necroquip Princess here.
Yeah, but it looks like he is just going to link away. Maybe he'll do the Necroquip Princess a little later on, potentially.
Looks like we're going straight into sequence. I imagine this is for sure.
I'm so curious what they hit on the ban list,
Every
though.
time I've said this is going to summon a Desiree, I've been wrong so
Because they typically don't like hitting new cards.
If he summons Desiree now, I don't know what's going on.
But that's like the cool thing about the Fiendsmith line. You have so many different options, and so many different ways to go about what you're trying to get to for your end goal. So it is putting back Lurry and Engraver.
What if they do something like ban Lurry?
Still has an Engraver in the grave.
Imagine a timeline where that happens. Just to hit the Fiendsmith, they ban Lurry.
Lakrama, I imagine, is going to, again, just summon the Engraver right back from the graveyard. No need to add it back to hand. We already started with that.
All right, so here's that board where you have the 3 monsters that can really go into anything, but it looks like he is opting to go to a rank 6, and it is Beatrice.
Yeah, Beatrice in this deck has to be better than almost anything else you can do, right? It does nearly everything.
I like the transaction rollback Needlebug Nest combo. I know a lot of probably people aren't using it nowadays, but that's something I saw a lot of people experimenting with, and I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, putting 5 extra cards into the graveyard is always impactful. That's why certain cards are no longer allowed.
Here comes the King Sark that he added a long time ago. So if you thought he was anywhere close to finishing, you were wrong. He's going to have so many level 8s on the field. Maybe go into the Zombie Vampire at some point.
Discarding that Tearlaman's Merly. Having to open. I mean, that was a strong normal summon in itself, but having it in the grave, unfortunately, this is because it's a cost, it's not going to trigger it. But we have access to Hoppy now. Hoppy's going to be able to summon itself. Oh, second copy of King Sark. Okay, that's a free discard, right? You're not too worried about it.
Not too bad.
Get
put the
Imseti
back in the graveyard.
What do you think he wants to send with the Beatrice here? He has access to multiple Tearlament cards in the graveyard for that Tearlament's... Is Kashtira Tearlaments like in
maybe,
his hand?
I think maybe just to go into like a Drago Stapeli at some point somehow.
I kind of want to get access to Scream here. Maybe he's just going to Zombie Vampire first just to see what he already has access to from that, and then use the guarantees.
Here comes the Zombie Vampire, sends the top 4 cards of both players' decks to the graveyard, and then he can special summon a monster back.
Yeah, this gives him the most information before he needs to use his Beatrice.
Oh yeah, he's cut every single time. They've been shuffling a lot, but that's okay. Nothing.
Oh,
Oh,
there's a
Soliak.
Soliak.
Okay.
Tier cash. Ooh.
The information is now there.
I guess a second engraver.
Yeah,
I imagine.
more opening, droplet, and guiding quem.
So he knows he's on a lot of board breakers.
Which makes sense for the brand strategy, right?
Yep.
Not really something
I'm assuming he asked how many cards his opponent's playing as well, and you can see he has 50 cards in his deck.
Yeah, I mean, it's already double, so that's a thick brick.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Branded opening, somewhat useful in the graveyard, being able to protect fusion monsters from being destroyed. But now it looks like he is going to add
Looks like they're still just showing the other match.
Or
Without audio or whatever. I'll be right back. I gotta put this plate away.
Or Shiren.
Yeah, I think Shiren's pretty strong here. You're able to...
He's running out of monster zones. There's too many monsters on the field.
That's a great thing about link summoning. They can all go into something.
Depends on your definition of great, but no, just kidding. It is really awesome that you can use your monsters to make stronger monsters from the extra deck.
Isn't it cool that Fable Lurie can do almost anything now?
It
Who
is
would've
cool. Hey, not me. Just kidding. Fable Lurie, I've always loved the Fable cards. Oh, Scream goes also.
Yeah,
if he has another target to search.
I only think I saw one Sulic in the graveyard. They usually play more than one, so it looks like he's going to get some value from that. Oh, it's right on the top. Easy peasy. I would have loved to find a way to add the Scream to hand, but I think that's easier said than done.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, but it looks like he is going to link away the sequence and the tier cache. Or is that engraver? What's tier cache, right?
Yeah. Also going into SP Little Knight.
It's an interruption.
Yeah, I wonder if he's trying to banish something now. Maybe get rid of the Quem in his graveyard. Okay, no effect here.
I'm surprised. I thought he would detach the fusion. Oh, he still has the Mud Dragon in his graveyard too if he wants to go into Drago's Tapelia. But no, he's sending Rhino Heart.
Yeah, well, so this can get rid of the Sheeran in his hand to trigger.
Oh, and still fusion summon.
Also provides another level 4 body for whatever purpose that might serve.
If he didn't have enough monsters.
I mean, specifically a level 4. I wonder if he plays Abyss Dweller in this matchup. That would be
not
pretty
too bad.
handy.
Yeah, not too bad.
I doubt it. It's been a long time since I've seen Abyss Dweller hit the field, but looks like we are just going for a Kaleido Heart here.
Kaleido Heart's a solid one.
He did not activate the Little Knight effect, right? He made it with Sequence and the Chilliness Cashier. Is there any reason not to?
Maybe just nerves a little bit. Yeah, it would have been nice just to like take the opening out of the graveyard and maybe like the Guiding Quem or something.
Well, we'll see if that comes up.
Rhino Heart. Bring back.
Rhino, I went Beatrice, pitch Rhino effect engrave, and then send the Shiren.
Just clarifying.
I mean, this is still a very strong setup. You do have the Totally Awesome, the SP Little Knight, another activation from the Beatrice, and you do have the Sulic in your hand. And you still have Tier Cache to potentially just get some more effects on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, he needs to get. I think he needs to have one more open zone. But I guess if he uses SP Little Knight effect, he won't have it. But with the Soliak and Kaleido Heart, he can also still go into the Drago's Tapelia after negating a monster effect. Since the Kaleido Heart can send down the.
This dude's still going?
I mean, yeah, the Sulic is also just.
My gosh, this guy comboed for a long time.
Necessarily have to clear the Kaleido Heart. I assume you want to.
Are you nervous seeing that Dark Ruler no more in the graveyard, that there might be one in the hand there? I mean, the Soliak kind of covers that a little bit, but
yeah,
it's
he's
still
a little
tough.
insulated. And at the very least, the Totally Awesome.
Ooh, Keldo.
That's a great card. That is a great card.
Medora and Keldo. I forgot about those cards. It's been some time. It's cool to see Tearlaments still popping off.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see Tearlaments do. I'm surprised he didn't honestly do a little bit more.
Oh, so he detached Lacrima, so he's going to put back a Light Fiend to inflict 1,200 points of damage.
Yeah,
Still just watching the other match. Yeah.
You might as well recycle the sequence, right?
Yeah, we're still just watching the other match. Oh my goodness. The time in between rounds is going to kill me. Actually, you know what we could do while we wait? While we wait, we could be trying to do some... Trying to make our other decks that we kind of have been wanting to make. Oops. Let me see. Oh, that's right. I was still revamping this. it's a little awkward. While we wait, you know, I was trying to make Blue Eyes work still. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I was trying real hard to figure out other ways to do this, but I think a lot of people, what they landed on for playing this deck was like, I think people started playing like 2 Saga. That's not on here yet? No, it's not on here yet. My custom cards. People weren't really playing this one yet. Or, some people were playing 3. I don't really know if you want to play 3 of that. But I guess it's like okay to open. It's probably fine. I don't know like what else I would put in for this. I think people were putting pure erase map if you wanted to play more ways, but I don't know. It's like awkward because if you wanted to, like, if you wanted to play just pure Blue Eyes, I guess is probably the best way. You search, but you have to normal it. I think if this card you didn't have to normal it after adding to normal. I think if you didn't have to normal, this card would be really good because then you were just made in white. But I guess then this card would probably be used to search Poplar, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. I guess. What else would you even do though? Maybe it's just this. I guess we just play Blue Eyes cards, right? We want to play the deck. Might as well make you pure, right? Let's add some bricks. You know what? Second Blue Eyes. Why not? 2 Blue Eyes. Man, the deck list gets so much worse when you do that. Oh my goodness, the deck list gets so much worse. I mean, we could do Dragon Master Magia. I mean, this could work technically. What's up, Rayan Gaming? Rain Gaming? Rayan? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah, we're just waiting for the next round to start. So, cause they got like this stuff, and I don't really care about that. So we're trying to revisit some of the Blue Eyes stuff and the new support while we wait. Yeah, I don't know. I think we just play. Maybe just more dragons is worth it. Oh, but to play Dragon Master Magia, you need to play Ultimate Dragon. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Too bad Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, you have to have a Blue Eyes monster. Then I would be like on board for like Bystials. Because then like Lubellion plus like Sage would be a 9. I don't think there's any good 9s to make though. Does YouTube pay enough for this deck? What do you mean? For this deck? This deck's cheap now. This is a budget deck now. Besides this. But besides the Magia. Okay, well, if you ignore this card's not there, okay? But but everything else, very affordable. And this, hopefully it is a structure deck. I really hope that they make the Blue Eyes stuff into an actual structure deck when it comes to TCG. And not put it in some Ghost from the Past 3 stuff or something. I don't know. I would just prefer it to be in a deck. You know, Dragon Master Magia probably isn't worth it. But we'll do it anyways. Wait, why is Striker in here? Oh, it's because I was playing the baby dragons. Ultimate Dragon. You know, I think we're looking like this for our deck list. And Levy. Levy and Ear for sure. Wait, we have to play a Chaos Monster. Oh boy. Chaos Max it is. It'll do absolutely nothing for us. We also need Abyss Dragon. Dude, look at oh my goodness. That doesn't seem worth it. That does not seem worth it at all. We have to cut something here. Jet, probably. Cut Jet. And then these guys are regular Bloods only good if you're putting the stones too. Then Melody just becomes useless. Is there anything we like else we can search with Melody? Monster, what do we need? Dragon, 3k attack. Let's just say effect. Dragon, 3k attack at least. And less than 2500 defense. Yeah. Okay. Way. Eschatos. Well, all we have is spellcasters and dragons, so probably not those. Can't play the Chaos Emperor because we don't really have any darks. Yeah, all we have are lights. Dark Hole Dragon. Galaxias. Diablos? Or Diabolos? I don't think it really does anything. We have to tribute darks, right? Yeah, we have to tribute darks. If we could tribute lights and trigger it like off the Spirit Dragon, that'd be cool, but not quite. Oh, you got a horse off that, huh? It looks like there's nothing good. Dang, there's really nothing else to add. Besides the ones we already know. Add an arm dragon or something. Dang, there's nothing. Can we ever trigger Eschatos or get enough types? I don't think so. Yeah, not really. Thrust? Thrust for what?
And welcome back.
Oh, we're back.
World Championship qualifiers again, where we have
We're back, guys. We're back.
Incredible duels so far. But this is where we get towards the end of the tournament. Again, it's been a long day. We are at round 7. Can you believe it, Tom?
No, I can't believe it. The days have been going by pretty quickly, and this matchup is going to be a very big surprise.
It is. We don't want to spoil it, but let me tell you, when I saw this at the top tables, I just couldn't believe it. It's going to be a crazy Duel Academy lesson here, and I might have spoiled a little bit of the surprise for those fans at home. But again, it just shows you that there's some insane stuff out there that can really compete with the best of them. But let's go down to Stephen Kangas on the stage to get our duelist introductions.
I don't know what they referenced something, but I don't know.
In our 7th feature match of the day from Salt Lake City, Utah.
I don't know who that is. Wait, what is he on?
His favorite card is Crawler Spine, and he
is that ancient? Is he on Ancient Gear?
On piano.
I can't tell what that is.
Today in the red chair from Toronto, Ontario.
He looks familiar.
Osberg.
I feel like I should know who he is, but I don't.
His favorite card is Marshmallow, and he says, shout out to his mom.
He's on Snake Eye, or Feast of Snake Eye.
Duelists are ready. Let's send it back over to the casters for game 1.
All right, we're about to see again. Your eyes do not.
Oh, he is on Ancient Gear.
Corbin is playing Ancient Gear.
Ancient Gear versus, of course, the Fiendsmith Snake Eye.
I have no idea what Ancient Gear does. It must be pretty good to be 5-0-1 right now.
absolutely surprising. We got Valiant Crowler in the midst here.
I know. A PhD in dueling, and we'll see if Corbin has what it takes to show things off. Now, I am going to be completely honest. I have never seen this deck pop off like the way it has in this tournament, so we all might be learning together here. But again, it's going to be an incredible showcase here of why this deck has been overlooked. But let's go into Swiss Round 7 again, the duelist shuffling. It's going to be pretty crazy to see Ancient Gears on the field.
Now, there are a lot that the new Ancient Gear cards has to offer. I mean, disruption from the hand is something that they're very good at preventing. If they're able to prevent a lot of these key disruptions,
let me save this and exit out.
Ancient Gear cards, they're able to punch super hard.
Oh man, we thought Exodia had a great fist. This is a punch you do never recover from. But again, it's one of those things where you would think, okay, there's these popular decks, this is what I should prepare for. How do you prepare for something so rogue like this showing up so late in the tournament?
I think you're just going to have to play it by ear. Honestly, I think Mert is going to have a very tough time trying to figure out what's going on. This deck is actually pretty good at going second. It's also really good at going first as well. The amount of stuff that you can summon, there's a lot of great spell cards in the Ancient Gear lineup. The Fortress, of course, Ancient Gear Fusion. I just reread the card just now, and I'm like, wow, this card is...
We're making people read this tournament.
Okay, well, not once per turn sounds like one of the best effects for me. I don't know about you.
Oh no, really good stuff here. And again, Ancient Gear comes from that era where card effects were just a little different than they are modernly, but they do share a lot of stuff in common, right? The inability for your opponent to respond typically to different card effects, and just the fact that they are a battle phase based deck. And so we've seen how good Tenpai has been in the format, really bringing back all of the battle phase stuff. But this is really a blast from the past, these giant monsters. I mean, Ancient Gear has done well in the past. Think about the Ancient Gear Strike structure deck, but this is insane to see somebody get this far. So again, Corbin must be an incredible duelist to decide he is betting his ability to go on the World Championship stage on Dr. Crowler's favorite cards.
I think I really like just choosing your favorite cards and going with it. One thing I really like about the new cards, Commander kind of looks like Crowler. You know how the dual disc on Crowler
is
on the jacket? And I think that's his spirit monster right there. They're the Commander. It has that dual disc looking thing in the center. I think the artwork is really, really cool. But there's a lot to go. There's also the new Ancient Gear Dark Golem. That card is going to be one of the most pivotal cards, and likely we're going to see it in this duel. I can't imagine an Ancient Gear deck without that card.
No, you certainly wouldn't want to go into your mechanized melee without the biggest, heaviest hitters to come out. Again, we saw a bunch of new stuff come out in Legacy of Destruction featuring the Ancient Gear archetype, but we didn't really see a lot of noise about it. Maybe Corbin was just sitting in the lab, right? You got to have a PhD in dueling, of course, but jokes aside, this is a powerful Earth-based deck, and so it'll be really neat to see. And of course, because it's machine-based as well, you get access to all that cool machine support that has been piling up over time. And the most recent stuff, right, the Ancient Gear Dragon coming out of Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge, they never stop supporting this deck. It just takes a brave duelist to pick it up.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how this is going to match up against Fiendsmith Snake Eye. I mean, I've experienced this firsthand of how powerful this is. You feel very locked out when it comes to playing against this deck. There's a lot of stuff that we activate these days. They do a lot of targeting, they do a lot of destruction. Let's just say they're a little bit more protected against those particular types of effects. And if that comes into play, it's going to be a very big surprise for Mert.
Well, Mert seems like he's having a good time there, smiling again. This is the North American World Championship qualifier, so it may be that our Canadian advances, or it might be that somebody from the United States does. But again, both these duelists have done so good to get into Swiss Round 7. Again, we just can't sing Corbin's praises enough, though, because of how interesting the deck is. But everybody here on this stage deserves to be here, so it's going to be a great duel. And you see Corbin and Mertjan there just sort of talking between each other. But the talk is over. It's time for Game 1, again here in Round 7 of the North American World Championship qualifiers.
We're going to enter die roll, 2 and a 3. That's going to be a 5 on Mert's side. And, well, 1 die was more than enough. We got 8. And...
oh, he's a go second deck.
Going first, even though Corbin won the die roll.
He's a go second deck? Okay.
Well, you mentioned how this is like a very...
that's a little sussy. Don't know what to expect then.
And I guess, if you guys remember, a lot of those...
some battles just scare you when you know they want to go second.
Piercing, and a lot of times you can't actually respond with spell and trap cards.
Sometimes not even monster effects, depending on which one it is. But Mertjan gets to activate a monster effect without issue here. Very familiar Snake Eye combo here, going from Ash into Poplar on the field.
Now, I think Mert might be thinking, oh, this has to be Tenpai. Oh, going second, which other deck's going to make me go first?
I mean, there couldn't be any.
I wonder if he
other
knows it's
battle
not
phase decks out
Tenpai.
there, but
He
again,
probably
you're seeing that
assumes it
Duelers
is
are making
Tenpai.
A lot of their own choices here, right? Not listening to the chaff out there on the radio waves, deciding, you know what, this is what I'm comfortable with. I'm just gonna play it.
I think there's also the element of surprise, like especially when people have certain expectations going into the tournament. They're like, oh, I know how to play against this deck, this deck. Well, what if you play against something you completely don't know? There's a certain amount of time they're going to have to slow down a little bit, pick up the card, read the card, because, hey, there's quite a bit of card text on those cards that you don't know.
Well, we also know because of points of interaction being just so important, you know, whether it is, you know, Ash Blossom Joyous Spring or even some of the other cards we've seen, if you don't know the deck, you don't know where the choke point is, and so you don't really know what it is that you should stop. You just see something that sounds good and try to stop it there. But speaking of sounding good, we are going to the Fiendsmith combo here, likely as we see the Moon of the Closed Heaven appear on the field.
Seems like we're going to be shifting gears into Fiendsmith land. Are we going to disrupt this card? Or is Corbin just that comfortable? Like letting someone go first, going into a Fiendsmith, maybe he's expecting it, maybe this is what he's practiced for.
Let everybody just do whatever it is they want to and then show up with the Ancient Gears and leave their head spinning. And speaking of spinning, we're going to go back into the deck here and spin out the Snake Eyes Flamberge
All looks
Dragon.
normal to me.
I mean, this is a high-level Yu-Gi-Oh! Here with Fiendsmith Snake Eye. Interweaving the play is probably one of the best things you can do. And leaving that Flamberge onto the field is essentially insulating yourself against cards like Nibiru. If your board gets wiped, you do get to follow up with additional monsters, which is very, very pivotal here.
Certainly Nibiru always has an impact, but a lot of great duelists have been just playing through it because it shows that you can't just win with one card. You're definitely going to need multiple ways to interact. And speaking of multiple ways to interact, looks like that's what we're setting up here as Mertron takes a look at the graveyard for the next play.
I mean, this is essentially an uninterrupted combo. We're going to see full combo from Fiendsmith Snake Eye. We're going to proceed with a Link Summon. That's going to be Fiendsmith Sequence. Holding it,
there,
committing it.
There it
it
goes.
is.
Yep. New chain. Flamberge Snake 1. Summon 2. Okay, level 1.
And just some very familiar Snake Eyes plays here, of course, bringing out the Snake Eye Oak and using it to bring out the Snake, or excuse me, having those come
This
out
man
with
last
the
playing
Flamberge
Ancient Gear. Yeah, we're gonna see. I don't know what they do, so who knows? It might be perfect for the format.
Sometimes people have different types of end boards. When you go complete undisrupted, likely you're gonna go for the comfort choices.
Now, are the comfort choices based on the fact that he thinks his opponent is playing Tenpai, or is Corbin famous enough for his incredible tournament run that if you see this guy coming, you know he is going to be running Ancient Gear?
I think Ancient Gear is just going to be, you know, the surprise matchup. Like, surprise, once that first monster comes down, maybe we'll see a little bit of a facial expression change. Like, wait, I don't know what these cards do.
Definitely have to be watching Mertron's face there once the first Ancient Gear monster hits the board. But speaking of hitting the board, looks like we are taking a look at the extra deck here. And we're going to pull out
IP Masquerena. Okay. It's a great setup here. What a wonderful setup. We're getting basically access to every single major combo piece. Sequence and IP Masquerena going into a 2-material Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess.
Does have that little bonus there from IP Masquerena, but of course we are going to go Fiendsmith time. Sequences effect and Engraver passing over the table. It is a relatively new card, right? You feel like you've seen it quite a bit, but it's only been tournament legal since yesterday.
So that's going to be, I think it's Engraver that's going to be putting back something. So we are passing it to the judge to confirm the card effect. No, new cards, as you just said.
What? We need to confirm the card effect. They've been playing this card like every single match. What? What do you mean confirm it? What?
Again, you would never know what's coming at this house of the duel. Nothing strange here yet.
Now we're going to take the 2 monsters that are not Appaloosa, and we're going to continue to Link Summon them. Which monster are we going to come out? It's pretty generic. We got ourselves a Diabell Star. And
I wonder why he did it like that. That looks really weird.
That one is not once per turn. Only Requiem is. Now we're going to use the effective sequence.
Or is sequence not once per turn?
We're going to go for
what he said?
3. We're going to see a little bit of a Desiree play right here. That's
Nah, bro, it's the first time. It's definitely not the first time. That card has been activated like every single match.
Now, Desiree had made such a huge impact yesterday, but we haven't seen it show up that much on the featured match stage. And again, powerful as it might be, again, with that non-target.
Ooh, Wanted too.
Now we're going to be going into Wanted.
Battle of the Sweats? Well, technically, no. There's only one sweat here. You know, Ancient Gear is not a sweaty deck.
Okay. Okay, I guess now we're going to continue on. We're going to try to push forward into the Snake Eye side of things.
We haven't done anything like, yeah, we haven't even used original yet.
The copy of Sequence on the field. That is a Link 2. And without any type of restriction, that can quite easily climb into the Promethean
Princess
This is a
Tom.
very secure board. There's going to be a lot of cards on the field that's going to do something. And once we put that Sequence into the graveyard, I can't imagine that not coming back onto the field as an equip to keep that Desiree from being targeted.
Mertjon certainly having a good time there. A lot of smiles in between effect resolution saying, really? Okay, we're really doing this. And
Let's see how comfortable he is once we start seeing the new cards come out.
That is true. It's one thing to have just your ideal board. Is your ideal board enough for a deck that doesn't care?
I want to see the surprise here, but we are continuing our play. We have the Snake Eye Ash summoned out. And now
Lamberge put back IP.
On the field. I think we're going to see another interesting play here because we have Desiree to use Desiree.
I think that's it. I mean, he gets one more draw off his Wanted. And then that's it for his turn.
Get rid of it quite quickly and just, you know, just go into some simple.
Or I guess after he links. I mean, he's gonna link off into.
About what we've got so far. Again, Mertjon has taken so.
He could link off into Phoenix here to protect the Apo.
So many great cards, but he doesn't know what's coming yet. No, it might be one of those things where it's a commentator curse. Maybe it
if he really wants to.
Don't get this far in the tournament with a deck like Ancient Gear without really knowing.
I probably would.
Different scenarios, just like the one that Mertjon.
I probably would just link into Phoenix.
And we are going to attempt to use the negate, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Are we turning off our own Promethean Princess?
I think we are.
We're going to negate it, and we're going to take away the Flamberge Dragon. That's very interesting. I mean, I don't think that is what you want. But okay, we're leaving Promethean Princess up. That's very interesting.
Is that negate permanent?
Now here's where it gets different, duelists. Get ready for a wild ride. Even we don't know what to expect again, but this is going to be really exciting either way.
We'll start by activating Magical Hound. We're going to target your...
We're going to go with Magical Hound.
Gasp from Mertjon.
Magical Hound is going to get rid of one of the spell and trap card that's face up, and that's going to be returning it back to hand, and you get to summon out this Machine Tuner straight from the hand.
Oh, I mean, he could just chain Flamberge.
You were right. Mertjon was not ready for this. He's just going to have to play it like
Wait
jazz.
a second. What are these?
Oh, no, he targeted Sequentia.
That's
okay.
not
Or Sequence.
Yeah, also I think Magical Hand also activates the graveyard too.
It's a really good card. Again, there's a lot of overlooked cards because they like to play.
I remember trying to use this card, or I had to use it because
there's
also once per duel, I think.
Magical
yeah, it's once per duel.
I think we're attempting to get rid of the Sequence.
Yeah.
We will...
Okay, we got rid of the Sequence, so the Desiree does not have the negation.
What is that?
Interesting.
And then I can't set for the rest of the turn.
That is going to be an Ancient Gear spell card.
Now he cannot set for the rest of the turn, though. That's funny. It is basically just going to be all gas and no breaks from here on. Looks like it is Ancient Gear.
Ancient Gear
Advance. Okay, so Ancient Gear Advance will not... Well, basically, you can't set cards for the rest of the turn, but also when you do perform a tribute summon of the Ancient Gear, you actually don't have to tribute anything. You just normal summon out the Ancient Gear monster.
So reading along with Mert here, when this card is activated, add an Ancient Gear spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except Ancient Gear Advance. Once per turn, tribute a monster, draw a card, and apply this effect. You can normal summon another Ancient Gear or level 5 or higher monster.
And now we also got Fortress into our hand. That's the spell card of choice.
Use the effect of Advance tribute to draw a card.
Oh. Gonna be putting that into the graveyard.
Ooh, Ogre.
Wow, that could hurt.
Oh.
Wow, the one-up called by the grave.
Hey, you called it right. That could hurt, but called by the grave is going to point that figure across the board and say, this is staying on the field.
Yeah, you also got that one card draw from, I believe, Magical Hound.
Activate Fortress.
Now we're activating Fortress.
You
So
could
Fortress,
IP
during the
here
turn,
if you want. I don't really know what Fortress does though.
Normal or special summon, you cannot target the Ancient Gear monster with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by opponent's card
He
effects.
just keeps putting up continuous spells. What's going on?
may come into play. Remember, it
I don't know
is
what they do.
non-targeting negation there, but
there's more. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of Ancient Gear cards and effects. We're talking about complete lockdown of any additional disruption when it comes to leaving that card on the field. It's very, very dangerous.
really cool stuff to see. You can see how he got this far without the ability for his opponent to respond between the Ancient Gear Fortress and the Ancient Gear Advance. He's easily able to add that Ancient Gear Fusion.
Now we got to the Ancient Gear Fusion. That's a lot of monsters on the field. And what's scary about having a lot of monsters on the field is that there are multiple Ancient Gear Golem-esque monsters that can attack multiple times. In fact, some can even attack all your monsters, and it's not a small monster.
Big damage without the ability to respond. That sounds like the combination for a great deck here.
So we're going to be adding 2 spells.
So I'll add these and then I'll...
So that is the effect of the Ancient Gear Dark Golem. If that manages to come onto the field, you get to add 2 Ancient Gear cards into your hand.
And or Gear Town. So the sky's the limit in terms
Another
of
one?
choices. But looks like we're going to add another copy of the Fortress there just to be protecting that monster.
Ancient Gear Fusion has been activated. Now you can use Ancient Gear Golems in your deck as material. Otherwise, you're going to have to do the regular fusion. And we're just going to launch them into the graveyard.
No, you're fine. It's up to them. I have no idea. No, I'll get sent it.
Ancient Gear Commander?
Yeah, you're good. I'll just...
Hey, there's that glorious dual disc across its chest.
Yes.
I wonder if he sent the wrong card. That's what it sounded like he did.
How many materials are we going to go for here?
You can see Mert laughing and smiling there. He knows he is in for a wild ride.
Yeah,
here.
I know. I connotated towards that. They're
I should have read it.
looking for that guy.
So is it Ancient Gear card effects on field or anywhere?
And we're taking so many of these monsters as fusion material. And that's
What
going
does
to be
that guy do?
Chaos. Ancient Gear Giant.
4,500 attack, combining 4 Ancient Gear monsters. Again, for those who are, well, unfamiliar with these cards, it's unaffected by spell and trap effects, and your opponent cannot activate effects during their battle phase. This card attacks all monsters your opponent controls once each.
Are we dead?
Damage. What's the damage we're looking at here?
I
Big
think
numbers,
we're
because when
dead.
it attacks the defense position monster, not that there are any, would also do piercing damage. It is the perfect card to get through here.
Is anybody reading this
It
card?
is at
Everybody, he asked the crowd, is anybody reading this?
100 attack points and attacks everything.
Cannot activate their effects during the battle phase. Okay.
We are. This feels like the Tenpai Transcendent Dragon.
It
but
definitely does.
I mean, we
The
could
battle phase is dominated by more
IP
than just
and
one
link
deck.
it to
There's a
something
lot of great
smaller.
options out there, and so that Chaos Ancient Gear Giant is here to show exactly how Corbin got this far in the
Yeah,
tournament.
loose
Forbidden
some
Droplet.
monsters.
All right, we're acting Forbidden Droplet onto, and we're sending away the Promethean Princess.
Trying to get rid of it, though. Mert is not out of the duel yet, so during the open game state, going to go ahead and bring out the IP Mask Arena.
It is unaffected by spells and traps. I think he just put up a smaller monster onto the field.
So it's still 4,500.
Still huge.
Well, as Dr. Crowler always says, this might be a lesson in how not to duel, because again, you see this, you're going to have to get rid of it
Link
without
all your
spell or
monsters in
trap.
the access code. Do something.
Slifer Red,
make anything.
Yeah, I doubled down on that. I don't want you to touch this man.
We are going to go into a massive battle phase. Last I checked, 800 is not bigger than 4,500.
I guess Chaos Ancient Gear Giant could go ahead and take the Forbidden Droplet and feel no effects afterwards.
We are trying to clear off
get
as many
IP
monsters
off
as
the
possible. We gotta
board.
get rid of all the lowest attack monsters as much as possible right now. This is crucial, and I don't think that Flamberge is going to be summoning any additional monsters.
No, you can't make
in
that.
battle phase when it's sent to the graveyard.
You do not want to put anything in defense mode when literally
can't make
you're about
access
to get
code.
hit by maybe 4,000 or more. Piercing battle damage. This is insane.
I don't think we're done.
You can't do Link 4 and Link 2. You can only make Link 3 or a Link 2.
They can't go into the access code talker either.
There you go. I'm out of my mind.
Now we can. Now we can.
Mert
Okay.
admitting that he is out of his mind here. We are too, just seeing some incredible plays.
Now that access code can be very big because there was a Link 4 used as a material that's going to add 4,000 attack points to it.
I hope you
That
activated
is
access code.
bigger than the Chaos Ancient Gear Giant.
Rip.
Not giant enough apparently.
You're a rip.
Oh, but we're not done.
No, I don't think you would ever be done with a deck
He could
like
probably
this.
still
Ancient
kill.
Gear Frame has been summoned onto the field.
That's normal summon.
And you can discard one card to add one Ancient Gear Golem or one spell or trapper that lists Ancient Gear Golem in its text from your deck to your hand.
That's so funny. He like forces out his own like
We're
cards
taking just a moment to read through the cards for next turn. Again, that magical.
because he
power
has
so
to
much
like
to
lose
the
his
setup in here.
monsters.
And again, the Ancient Gear frame just
I
showcasing
think
that
maybe this deck is
not
perfect for the
only
format.
deck has, it is not a one-trick pony. It has some subsequent options, and now we're going through the deck to find exactly what the next option is.
I think they're just confirming the summon count at this moment. Like, is that summon legal? Is that what they're confirming? I think it was legal. We're gonna get the search for the trap card.
But he can't set cards.
Ancient Gear Drill? Or sorry, Ancient Gear Duel or Reborn?
Well, I guess we're about to find out, but it looks like we're going to go ahead and banish the Ancient Gear Commander.
And then this guy, while he's out, my Ancient Gear monsters are unaffected by
Ah, it's the Ancient Gear Duel, making the monster unaffected even further.
Unaffected
I think
again.
just locking your opponent out
You know, to be
so
honest,
many
if he outs the access code, I don't think
incredibly powerful.
he has any way to kill these monsters.
Rooting for Corbin at the moment. We can hear the crowd.
Well, I don't think they've seen anything like this before. For those in the crowd who don't know what the card does, again, Ancient Gear Golem and monsters that mention it in your monster zone are unaffected by your opponent's activated monster effects. Ancient Gear Duel is pushing this to a new level.
I think there's a little bit of a wall.
Oh, we
from
can
the
fuse and make it
Axis
attack
Talker.
3 times?
Definitely coming in very, very clutch to wall off at the moment.
Hey, if you're staring down a big monster, the only thing you can try to do is make an even bigger one.
Wait, that card's crazy. Wait, if that card gets set up, that card's crazy. What the heck?
The field.
Looks like the Reactor Dragon.
I think we're just trying to lock down that entire battle phase. Is there an attacker that just negates the monster on attack, and that would take care of Axis Code?
That would do it.
And then can't be targeted.
There's no targeting. There's just so much saying, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Well, it is the deck the teacher runs, right? He is
Ballista.
instituting some rules
Oh,
here.
shoot. The actual Ancient Gear deck using Ballista.
And I believe we're going to be adding a ancient, like rather a low attack monster into a hand, or is this going to be an Ancient Gear card? Well, I thought it was going to be
Is that the field spell?
Box, but that's just for the Earth Machines. We're not in Earth Machine mode at the moment. We're playing Ancient Gears. We got Gear Town.
We're going the distance.
Effective Ancient Gear Ballistas, and we're going to destroy the Gear Town.
Now, certainly by getting out another level 8 monster, that could really spell some doom for the opponent there. Maybe accessing the extra deck to do something interesting to get rid of the access code talker, so it's no longer on the field. Mert smiling, taking this in great stride.
Unfortunately, that access code talker cannot be destroyed by card effect. Remember, it was summoned through IP Masquerena.
That's true.
So destruction might not be the answer here. But we did just destroy the Gear Town.
What just happened?
We're gonna enter battle phase. It seems like
I don't know
we
what
don't
just
get to
happened.
the maximum push. Okay. We're passing turn here. We can't break over that access code talker.
He messed that up.
So just a big monster was enough to get it done.
To destroy that,
Okay, okay. Seems like we're playing the game of numbers now.
I wonder what happened.
Seems like
I don't know.
Mert is
Something
not gonna be sent to Slifer
probably did
Red, just
something
this. Yeah,
illegal and
failing
accident.
that dueling exam.
He could still qualify for Obelisk Blue before we know it, but he has a long road ahead of him. But the access code talker will help quite a bit with a graveyard loaded up with different link monsters and
So all we
asteroids.
got is access code and I'm assuming we have an Ash in hand, but I don't think
there's
we
so
ever
much going on here.
did. We
So
used
many
everything.
monsters. I think Mert
Hmm.
revolved that play, or managed to just kind of come out of that just at the skin of his teeth.
He made it to the other side, but that's all you got to do. So again, unfortunately, access code talker, if you're an Ancient Gear
Okay.
stand, it is going to go ahead and beat down that monster. Now, again, for those of you watching at home, there was a procedural error minor for the illegal activation of that Ancient Gear catapult, but don't worry, it is not going to affect anything. It is just a warning.
That's crazy. Pretty good.
I think the emotions have sort of tempered down now that we have a simplified game state. We're still resolving things.
Oh shoot, doesn't that card add like 2?
It didn't happen there. Access Code Talker, what a great card, and showcasing.
Dude, it's always so annoying playing against like a deck you never played against before, especially when you're on a future match too. You're like, what am I? Like, what am I supposed to do here?
Clutch like that.
Wow, that was an incredible turn. I was a bit surprised of the outcome, but here we are still in the Swiss round 7, game number 1.
Bird still sort of beside himself.
I mean, he lost the Flamber Dragon without any effect because that was just a little bit too dangerous to kind of do anything, and I think you just can't respond for the most part. It's just this crazy lockout in that battle phase. It feels like 10-5, but you're not 10-5. We're just a bunch of stones put together.
Big old Earth Machine showing that the old ways are still good. Again, Ancient Gear.
Ooh, he did not have any more gas.
But hey, this is the same year that YuBell's been at the top 10.
That's probably just an imperm, probably.
Now, I don't know. I think because we are not able to set any cards, the limitation kind of comes in where you're not going to have spells and traps to disrupt, you know, a following turn. Wow. So you're kind of a bit of an open book now.
A little bit. Unfortunately, the penance that you have to pay in order to play this powerful deck is that you cannot defend yourself. You just make big cards and go in.
We're going back into Ancient Gear Ballistas. You can add an Ancient Gear monster.
Oh, no infinite permanence. It was summoned this turn, so unfortunately the Fortress says
Womp.
no.
You cannot target it.
Or his expired driver's license.
Just sort of beside himself
Yeah,
again.
that imperm is useless. We are never going to be able to imperm.
Just showcasing decks that people didn't study when they had to do their Duel Academy homework.
So we are going to zero out that Access Code Talker. That's just a zero out, like 0 attack and defense, and you get to destroy a card you control.
That is insane. I think this whole duel is insane at this point.
Yeah, Gear Town plus Ballista is like kind of nice. Kind of nice.
And I'm a little speechless. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm a little bit speechless here.
We talked about it before. That's why the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game is so great, because those favorites that you latch onto, eventually, just like fashion, it comes back in style. And here, we might see somebody go all the way with Ancient Gear.
Destroy this and zero that out.
So we are zeroing out the Access Code Talker. We're going to destroy the Gear Town. Gear Town is going to attempt to summon out.
You can respond to this. Do you have something?
A monster, like Ancient Gear monster. Which one are we summoning? Are we summoning out?
Effect a special one.
That is going to be Ancient Gear Tank?
It looks like we're special summoning out. Oh,
Ignoring
no,
summoning conditions.
Welcome back to the field.
He's back. He's back.
He's back.
Battle phase? Yeah.
That's going to be very painful.
This is a game. That thing's at 0.
We're going for big damage. And
Well.
Gear taking game
What an
1.
eruption of applause there again. Corbin taking game 1 with Ancient Gear. The crowd loves it.
Here's the thing. I think Mert's going to have a lot more cards.
I wonder what the illegal activation was.
Oh, goodness. The cat's out of the bag, though, so it's true.
But do you know what to do against it?
That's true. I don't know that I know what to do against it. It's so cool to be able to see, again, these powerful fan favorite
What do you?
cards
So
really
would you make this?
showcasing
Would you make Ancient Gear go
how far Ancient
first?
Gear has come, but the general game
I
plan
feel
is
like
still
if you
there.
make Ancient Gear
Get to
go
the battle
first, they'll be
phase
like
and punch.
super heavy samurai time, you know?
I mean, if you like to say objection or no to your opponent,
But maybe not. I don't know.
has to be the deck to do it. Oh, I want to activate my imperm against. Oh, no, you can't. You can't target my card. Oh, I want to respond to your summon. Oh, no, you can't. You can't respond to any of my normal summons. I just like saying no to everything that you have in your hand. What if you have 3 or 4 disruptions?
Must be
in your
some
hand?
mad
Oh,
annoying
you can't
cards.
activate any of those. You just have to play as
Can't
is.
respond.
That's just
Can't
such an
target.
incredible way to
Unaffected.
block out your opponent from so many different effects.
I would lose my mind.
I think Bert's going to be under the pressure now. Do I choose to go first or do I choose to go second?
Kind of shaking in his deck box there, but again, he's taking a look at the side deck card, just thinking, okay, little Nando said, I'm going to do this. I've got that.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to side against Ancient Gear. I definitely prepared my side deck for Ancient Gear of all decks. This is you can see it's like I don't know what's going on exactly. Okay, well I know there are some very powerful monsters that aren't affected by spells and traps, so infinite impermanence, droplet, they might not save me this time around. And what do you do?
Can you imagine it is 2024 and you're like, I'm going to put Infinite Impermanence in my side deck. That sounds like a good idea. Let me take this out of the main deck and put it in the side deck.
Yeah, these cards aren't working. Do I go first or do I go second? It's fusion.
What if he goes for like full Earth Machine combo and it ends on like a spell canceller?
Shaking his head just a little bit there, Mert. Maybe
now
not
that
as side deck choices as
seems really annoying.
I mean, a little bit of a spell trap removal just to get rid of those fortresses.
Spell and trap removal is something that, some duelists, you either run it or you don't. But Corbin feeling pretty confident here.
Yeah, just look how happy he is. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm probably gonna be going second again, maybe. Or am I gonna be treated like a 10-pie player where, well, I guess I'm going first, but maybe I got something else up my sleeve. Who knows?
The funny thing is, he went second and won with only engines, so it's like
there must be some sort of turn 1 play that keeps
it doesn't really matter what you side, you know?
Yep. We're gonna see if that's
or at least like his deck, you know? Like that was he literally won with all engines.
He's ready. He's like, I'm ready for any kind of duel. Like I'm prepared for the Fiendsmith, Snake Eye, Fiendsmith, YuGiOh.
But he might be making him go first.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't I just not let you play the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card Gaming? Just give you a big old mechanized melee to the face.
Is that the attack of the Ancient Gear
It is,
Golem?
mechanized melee. That is the name of the attack there of Ancient Gear Golem. Just so wild to see it, right from the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX to the featured match stage of the World Championship qualifiers.
Oh boy. I mean, this is a blast from the past.
He said, help me.
Did you see that, Mert? Just help me. Pointing at this guy.
This guy? What is he doing?
What is he doing? Oh, it's just absolutely incredible. Again, the crowd certainly happy to be there, waving at home. And I mean, if they know what to do, I don't know if they're going to be able to help Mert from here because the decks are already locked in. Whatever anti-ancient gear stuff, I guess it's time to break out the Elemental Heroes and Skyscraper.
And now we're going to move on to game number 2.
All right, who's going first?
Here's the big moment. Is he going first or second?
Mert is going first. Mert is going first. Will he be able to develop a different kind of
Oh, he's going first again?
Maybe
Okay.
this time around, if he does go for the same end field, perhaps he's going to choose the draw phase, summon out that IP Masquerena a little bit earlier, or rather, just try to save up your effects, because that Mechanical Hound in the hand effect, just getting rid of the sequence, turning off Desiree, the key negate that was the only one that really could interact with the
I guess Magical Hound is the only non-engine.
That was a really deliberate inclusion in the main deck.
All right, we're going to do a full, full Snake Eye combo again.
Maybe I do need a way to get rid of the non-targeting removal because that's kind of the only thing that would deal with Ancient Gear because they couldn't be targeted. Maybe they can have something happen to them. But speaking of things happening, we're going to a traditional Snake Eye combo. Ash to Poplar, Poplar to the field, and Divine Temple to Snake Eye from the deck to the hand.
And the monster being placed into the spell and trap zone is going to be none other than Snake Eye, Diabell Star.
If a little lull in the storm here, Mert is really going to have to figure out what to do here. Now, there are some really cool things that Snake Eyes can do. Of course, now that it's got more level 8 monsters, could put out maybe a Hope Harbinger Dragon, which was popular.
Wonder if he would change his
That would be a way to get rid of some of the spells and
his
maybe
board
direct
at
some of
all.
the attacks away, but that would be a very difficult.
Might be time for Mert to pull a Bandit Keith and hide a card in his sleeve. No, he doesn't need that.
We're going to activate Fiendsmith Engraver now that we've gone from the Snake Eye Ash to the Snake Eye Oak, summoning back the Ash, and now we're adding a Fiendsmith track from the Engraver effect.
It depends on what he's like. Depends on what he's playing for his Beatrice stuff. Like if he's playing like the spell cancel thing the other guy was, that would be probably the best thing to do against Ancient Gear, spell canceller.
But that's gotten him pretty far.
Other than that, I guess you could do like Black Goat Laughs, but you had to know the name of the card, which is the issue when you don't know it.
There we go.
Mandatory effect, Fabled Luring, onto the field you go.
No DD Crows here.
I guess if he took note of it, maybe Ancient Gear, like Dark Golem, I think was like one of the cards that he like got a lot off of.
So many bodies on the field.
Oh, this is interesting. We're immediately using the fusion effect of Fiendsmith's Tract. And that's going to be summoning out Lacrima. Because that was only 2 monsters. Here we go. 2 light fiend monsters. Gonna summon back the Fiendsmith Engraver. And we are going to continue to perform our Link Summon. Or is that the effect? No, we're looking at the extra deck. Link Summon of IP Masquerena. I mean, it's a really good card to even just load into the graveyard just in general.
Certainly with Flamberge Dragon at the ready to place it in the spell and trap start and get it back on the field. But now it looks like we're going to combine these two level 6s as we open up the overlay network into...
Are we going to go into Beatrice? We are going to go into Beatrice, the Lady of Eternal.
Now, certainly this deck has a wide range of options. You almost wonder if a High Wave King Caesar might be a good option in order to stop it. But without the ability to even respond to a lot of these Ancient Gear cards, maybe not. There's not any good, straightforward answers.
So we summon out the Snake Idea Bellstar by placing the Poplar back into the spell trap zone from the graveyard. We're going to continue to use the effect of Snake Eye Oak, likely summoning into a Flamberge Dragon. Snake Eye's Flamberge Dragon summon onto the field.
Every play is very important here, but what is the end board? That's going to really determine whether or not Corbin is able to punch straight through with another mechanized melee. I know we're having a great time here, but again, this is the North American World Championship qualifier, so Mert has to figure out how to get through this round alive.
I just want to emphasize that Corbin's record is 5 wins, 0 losses, and only 1 draw.
Which means technically, he's never been beaten.
Yeah, technically, never been beaten. Therefore, I mean, people that are watching from home, they're probably going to be looking through all those common cards, those Ancient Gear common cards from the recent releases, and just maybe this is the deck I take to locals next week.
Well, take a lesson from Professor Corbin. He might show
No, please don't. I don't want to play against Ancient Gear.
So much fun to watch
No one
so
take it
far.
to locals.
Mert setting up his field, though, trying to figure out, okay, they're coming. I better get ready. Now, using the Angel of
Only 15 minutes left. This could be a draw. It could be.
Oh, Angel of Blue Tears is going to be a very dangerous counter towards Corbin.
Ooh. Blue Tears, that's a set a card.
Angel of Blue Tears is
Or
going to
trap.
be one of those cards that you're going to be able to get a trap card set straight into... Well, you're going to be able to get a trap card into your hand, and that's going to be very, very dangerous. Because once you set that trap card, it's likely going to be a dimensional barrier. And I'm going to pick that assumption because that's like one of the best ways to prevent the fusions from happening. But would the regular monsters from Ancient Gear be enough to actually take them out?
No, maybe not. We've seen so many interesting trap cards there, so it looks like we are going to go ahead and banish the Angel of Blue Tears and find out exactly what trap card Mert has sort of carefully crafted his deck. And
different dimension ground.
It was a different dimension ground. Will that be enough, though?
Well, you take away the graveyard, and that is going to offset some of the plays, so maybe Mert has figured out what the weakness of this is, and maybe it's just that Corbin hadn't run into a deck that was main decking Dimension Shifter, and maybe just robbing him of the graveyard will stop the Ancient Gears.
I wonder if that even is like maximum effect. I mean, take away the fusions, you know you're not going to get mechanized melee to the ground. Will that be enough? Are the cards just being summoned from deck? We still have access to Ancient Gear Fusion as well. It is going to be a different dimension ground.
Interesting there.
Look at the Nightmare Phoenix.
I'm seeing new stuff too, so
We're going to go to Hita now.
It's your deck.
Both duelists, by the way, having a great time. It shows you that even if you are a serious duelist, it doesn't mean you always have to be serious. You can be
Make
a
Appo?
competitor with a smile.
Now, this is quite smart. With the different dimensions,
Or I guess no, we can still make Desiree.
Droplet that Corbin is playing, we'll have a tougher time because you can't send monsters.
Or we can still make Desiree and Appo.
That is true.
Okay, we're into the Fiendsmith line. We're pivoting back to Fiendsmith now.
Reborn. I just noticed.
Angel of Blue Tears, what a crazy card.
Yeah. Big misplay by me, bro.
Mert not exactly happy with himself there. Maybe had a different route. We talked about this too. While people are playing some decks and cards in common, there's a lot of different directions to go. And so this choose your own adventure story, it is up to you as a duelist to figure out how it ends. And you have to be careful with what it is you decide to play.
All right, well, even if you do, make a little misstep, you got to work with what you got.
It doesn't matter, yeah. Probably get linked off.
Okay. We're going to use the effect of Requiem. Requiem is going to summon out Fiendsmith Engraver. I mean, there's still a lot of options here. Let's be real.
There's a lot of different things you can play, and you got to make sure not to play on tilt. It is true that with a tournament as long as this, that maybe you're going to make a misstep with so many different duels, but you got to pick yourself back up and just make the best possible board you can from here.
And if it's any deck that can pivot around their own players, Fiendsmith definitely can do that, and same with Snake Eye, and you've got both.
Yep.
Ah, here comes the Desiree.
Use.
Yep. Two engravers. And
Desiree.
Lacuna, Beansmith Desiree now has been summoned onto the
Into
field.
that.
We're going to attempt to equip some cards. We're going to be taking away the Cheetah.
Technically,
We're
wouldn't you
taking
just want to
away
put the Link
the
2 on there?
sequence. And that's going to make a 2-material Appaloosa.
I don't know why you would do the Link 1, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
So maybe that's the answer, right? I'm just going to have some non-targeting effect negation, and I'll try to protect my
All
monsters
right.
from being destroyed by
Is it
battle.
enough?
Well, we'll see how it pays off as Corbin begins his turn.
I'm a little surprised that the sequence is still in the graveyard and not exactly equipped to the
Ooh,
Desiree
Desires.
to just get that 3-card negation.
Well, it looks like we're seeing Pot of Desires here. Let's go ahead and banish the top 10 and find out if it gets resolved.
It does resolve. We're drawing 2
What did
cards.
we lose, though?
We got to resolve the other half of it.
They
as
did this
well.
both. He didn't. He's not even checking what he lost.
Activate Advance to search for Ancient Gear Fortress.
We're going to activate Advance to search for Ancient Gear Fortress. Did Corbin even look at the cards he banished?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Maybe he's just that brave.
What if they're all banished? Gotta be very careful. I mean, you still have to search for a card, but that's not a card you can declare.
He didn't even look.
What he wants.
He should not even look at what he lost.
Locking plays out. You know, that protection from Fortress, like, yeah, it's one turn. It's one turn, another turn, they're summoned. You don't get to.
He did banish all
interact
that.
with my cards. And we still have it. We have the Ancient Gear Fortress. That card is just incredible. It reminds me of when Branded gets to play Branded Lost. It just feels like we just minimize the interaction available.
Well, minimizing interaction is exactly what's happening here as the Ancient Gear Fortress plants itself on the mountain.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
And another Ancient
Oh,
Gear
man.
Fortress. You are not getting through.
That's a tough one.
The
That's a
crowd
tough one.
is loving every minute
Oh
of
my
it. We hope you are
gosh.
cheering at home
We're going to
here.
destroy one of those Ancient Gear Fortresses, and when this card is destroyed in the spell and traps, a special summon
Okay,
one
now
Ancient
he's
Gear
checking.
monster from your
Now
hand
he's- now he's checking what he lost.
Also, you cannot special summon monster for the rest of the turn except for Ancient Gear, so we're locked into Ancient Gear monsters now.
Oh, what a big problem for Corbin to have.
Oh no, my entire deck is Ancient Gear for some reason.
All right, so searching the deck now for which card we're going to bring out next.
What's the summon?
What do I need?
Who have we launched from the catapult?
You're adding to discarding one, right?
Yeah, adding to this card. Oh, no. I'm just specialing.
We're special summoning right now.
I think I saw the Ancient Gear Commander there at the ready.
I mean, it is one of the best monsters to summon onto the field.
Absolutely.
If we have Dark Golem, we're.
I've not normaled, right?
I mean, bro, you haven't put a single monster on the board. Of course you haven't known one.
Tanker.
We're going to summon out Tanker.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we ended up choosing a different card here. So again, Ancient Gear Tanker, we've talked around a little bit, but if it is normal or special summon, you get to special summon another Ancient Gear monster from your hand, except Ancient Gear Tanker, ignoring its summon conditions. Or if your opponent controls a monster, you can
Ooh,
choose
Dark
one from
Golem
your
kind of
graveyard
nice.
instead.
And we're going
Add two, discard one.
Adding 2 Ancient Gear cards to the hand.
Hey, but wait, there's more. He can also target a face-up card he controls and destroy it, and for the rest of the turn, all monster control that are Ancient Gear Golem or mention it gains 600 attack, making that kill a little easier, right? Just so many attack points that might be able to end this duel in a single battle phase.
This is incredible. Seeing Ancient Gears versus one of the favored decks out there just duking it out.
All discard.
This is a reminder for any duelist at home. Next time somebody tells you not to play a deck, you put this exact duel on and show them.
I don't know why we didn't have Barrier.
Okay,
Dimensional
so now
Barrier?
we get the different dimension ground activated. So
You not
we're
worried
under
about this Fusion
essentially a
Monsters?
Dimension fissure for the
He's a little
turn.
weird.
Is that going to matter to Corbin? Or would the Dimensional Barrier have been the better choice?
Well, it looks like the Wyvern's going to grab another Ancient Gear card. We're going to find out here what
I'm
is
thinking
next.
he
True,
can still
Dimensional
kill
Barrier would've
here.
locked it out of fusions, but this is just locking out of the graveyard. So we'll see which of those two options would have been the better one.
Oh no, he banished one of the cards he wanted.
Oh, I guess he should have checked his Pot of Desires there, but he can make a different choice.
I mean, you're still adding 2 cards. 2 cards of any Ancient Gear name. We got the Ancient Gear Fusion. Okay.
Even if you save it for next turn, if you get it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ancient Gear Fusion. Are we going to go for the 4?
I think so.
Desiree's effect is actually quite interesting.
don't skip
Desiree
that.
doesn't target on negation.
It doesn't. So we're using 3 materials there. Oh,
4.
there's the 4th one.
I don't mind banishing all my cards. Here we go.
Not for a monster like that.
Nothing else.
Your opponent cannot activate cards or effect in response to your Ancient Gear cards and effects.
And they can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects.
This will get banished already.
Okay, banish?
Yeah, because the... Oh, no, no, it's only monster period.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be banished because we are under DDG.
IP? What are we doing with this IP, though?
Here, but we still have IP Masquerena. I think we're going to attempt to clear off our own monster with IP Masquerena. Maybe put up that...
You had to link off Phoenix.
We're trying everything to stay alive.
Phoenix will get him killed, probably.
Is this a scenario that's been playing out in Corbin's head during practice time and time again? These are the boards
Actually, maybe not.
I'm already
No, you can
prepared.
keep Phoenix, actually.
He might be. I mean, you have to get something on the board that can answer that. And speaking of time, we are sort of winding down again. This is game 2, and there's only about 6 minutes left on the clock. With the battle phase-based deck, there might be a photo finish. But going in now, looks like we're on to our next Link Summon.
We are trying to zero out some monsters here. So we're going to go to Ancient Gear's Ballista. That's going to add Gear Town onto the field. What are we attempting here? I mean, don't forget that IP Masquerena can only activate during the main phase. So this may, we're attempting to leave main phase. Are we going to see the IP Masquerena activate?
Yeah, just try to go a battle.
Be the one chance.
I'm pretty sure we just try to go a battle here.
Yeah, 45.
45. You're going to have to activate. This is Force. This is a Force IP Masquerena right away. We're going to take 3 monsters. We're going to clear away as much as we can. Or maybe take all 4. We can't technically take all 4, still make the access code talker.
And depending on where you place it, you might be able to co-link it and therefore keep it from being destroyed by battle, even if it does get zeroed out. Although it would be painful of a punch still.
Yeah, absolutely.
They will not get banished.
But if it does get zeroed out, that's a lot of battle damage still going through. You gotta be clear with your choices here. You gotta make it clear of what you're going for in terms of what your links with that IP Masquerena.
Going on? They're waiting for a ruling? Oh, I'm assuming it's like whether if Engraver still goes to Grave or if it goes to Banish.
Ancient Gear Giant. Chaos Ancient Gear Giant.
It goes to Grave? Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, okay, it does go to Grave. Interesting.
Just big numbers, so we are still going in?
I think those are going to get banished because that is from... You're still on DDG. We're going to go to Access Code Talker. That's going to be co-linked.
Oh, sorry. This one?
Because we co-link to that. Yeah, you can just make sure you summon to the correct arrow because you can't just summon to some blank main monster zone.
Access Code Talker on the field, certainly a big monster.
So it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Oh, we're going to play the Ancient Gear. We're going to target the Access Code Talker and use the Ballista effect, zeroing it out.
We're dead.
And there's the Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon.
We're dead.
Numbers here. Maybe the fact that
access code is 0 and
battle will actually cut against it.
Is access code point to Nightmare Phoenix? If it does, then we're screwed.
Another Ancient Gear card.
Destroys this guy.
We're destroying our own copy of Ancient Gear Ballistas?
Yep.
Nope. Oh, that's what destroyed it. So you're just talking about which card destroyed it? But we're going to battle.
Oh, yeah, we're dead.
We're going to attack for 45.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Melee takes it as Corbin advances through the tournament with Ancient Gear.
My God.
A standing ovation.
Ancient Gear is real. Yo, buy it out, buy it out.
He knows the interaction.
Hold on, buy it out. Ancient Gear, buy it out, buy it out, buy it out.
Feature match of round 7 goes to
Can you even buy anything out?
Elemental Hero
I don't even want Ancient Gear cards. There's no way I'm doing this.
Performance there. And again, it shows you no format is solved. There's always going to be something that you might call
this comment is so going up. It's already 20.
Just amazing. Just
this is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Ancient Gear
16.
in 2024. This is a
I might go crazy.
I mean, there's multiple layers of surprise when it comes to kind of breaking down everything. Oh, I won the die roll. You can go first. They think I'm playing Tenpai. That's like, you know, the misdirection.
Yeah, marker watch. Yeah, exactly.
And then from developing the field, I'm like, oh, by the way, you can't interact with my
I'm assuming the other cards are like low rarity.
You're going to be playing, and you're not going to be interacting with
Ballista might be gone.
Ancient Gear Giant is
Fusion. Wait, I think it's been getting bought out already. I think people were buying as they're watching. Oh, this is a secret rare.
In the background, everything you said, Tom, is music to my ears because again,
where's the fusion monster he summoned?
Now again, both of these duelists had great records, and they likely could
Is
still.
that other? Wait, what's the newest
featured on the stage again? But
Legacy Destruction?
People have learned to respect Ancient Gear today.
Oh, Dark Golem's only a super. Okay.
In the past, I have
if that was anything higher than a super, that might have been gone. All right, you know what? It's unbuyable. Or unbuyoutable.
Because what is the Fiend Smith Snake Eye deck really good at?
That's not happening.
Interacting, responding, targeting. You take all that away, what are they left with? A bunch of monsters that's about to be sent to the graveyard by a mechanized melee.
Oh, it's so good. And again, we've seen decks similar to this before where Skill Drain will be activated and then you just got big monsters on the board, but that wouldn't even stop this. So there's going to have to be a little bit of lab time. And look at the handshake, the hug.
The hug.
These two duels are just incredible.
Mutual respect for each other. That's what Yu-Gi-Oh is all about. That is what I wanted to see. So this is the kind of Yu-Gi-Oh I want to see. Here at the WCQ, we want to see different decks. You guys got to see different decks. Oh,
maybe Ancient Gear is the way. It is the way.
2-0.
2-0. He chose to go. He chose to go second.
I wonder if he linked off his Nightmare Phoenix, if he would have been fine.
Is this going to be a repeat? And we saw the repeat.
We did see the repeat.
He...
Now, to Bert's credit, trying to establish a board full of interactions.
No, he would actually still die if he linked off, even if he linked off his Phoenix.
I mean,
yeah.
How do you prepare for something like that? Where again, just
or I guess he could link 4. I think he has to link everything.
I think one of the cool
He was supposed to link everything off, and then maybe he would live. But I think I think the Ancient Gear guy had like 2 other monsters on board with the fusion, so he probably dies no matter what there.
Pivot on Mert's side. Oh, make my access code over 6,000 attack points.
Great that's
a great heads-up play, and make it indestructible. But here's the thing. Well, guess what? Corbin was prepared for that. I don't need to destroy your monster. This is kind of something I remember during the days of, Chimera decks. Like, I don't need to clear your monster. I just need to zero it.
And they're probably telling him, yo, bro, you could have did this.
Like, wow, this is exactly how
like, bro, what are you doing? Like, bro, you could have won by doing this.
It's like a direct attack.
Just insane. And again, shows you that you can show up to this tournament as long as you are ready to put the time in. Definitely showcase some amazing decks and gameplay. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and go to the stage with Stephen Kangas to hear from the professor
All right,
himself.
let's hear the interview.
Thank you very much, Stephen. I'm here with Professor Corbin after that dismantling in that feature match. Congratulations. I got one question for you. Why?
Well, because, I don't know, I just feel like it plays really well into the meta and I can embody my inner Crowler, you know what I mean?
You know what? Respect, honestly. How long have you been practicing this deck? Because I have never seen anyone pilot this deck like that.
Yeah, it's been months and months and hours and hours. The second that dropped, the information of the new cards, I was on it. So,
a true anime fan. You're an anime fan, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, I also heard that this was your first feature match, and this has been a lifelong dream of yours to make it on stream for a feature match. So what did that feel like for you, finally being able to sit down on these chairs?
Honestly, kind of nerve-wracking, but at the same time, I'm in heaven. Like, I feel like my Yu-Gi-Oh career is over, so we're good.
It's just getting started. After that, you're going to be a celebrity.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I got to ask to close this out, though. Do you have a Crowler impression?
Of course I do.
Let's hear it.
I have a PhD in dueling, and I summon Ancient Gear Golem.
Oh,
Thank
shoot.
you so much, Corbin. Congratulations.
That did kind of sound like him.
We're going to send it back over to the casters.
Was Crowler in the room just now?
Yeah, I heard Crowler in my ears, and I need to go back to my Slifer uniform and bury myself in studies because Professor Corbin showed us a great lesson. And speaking of just wonderful communities, it's time to talk about the World Championship coming up because we all know Professor Corbin might be a shoo-in for that. So let's take a look at the World Championship OTS celebration events. Remember, you can support your World Championship competitors through
Doom Caliber Night and Swords of Revealing Light. Nothing on the past years.
Some really great stuff there.
Absolutely
right,
nothing on the past
we've got,
years.
Of course, the World's Envelope featuring the Doom Caliber Knight and Swords of Revealing Light, but there's also other products available, such as the Grandopolis sleeves. That's the first sleeves that we get that are horizontal, as well as the game mat, the World Championship game mat featuring Grandopolis.
Why would we ever want horizontal sleeves, though?
Beautiful cards ever made in Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever.
For real, for real. I mean, it's just one of those things, too. We haven't seen sideways sleeves before. I'm definitely getting that for my Mimighoul deck so I can place it in defense mode, and the card's still facing the right direction. But again, we're going to have to
Guess that's true. You could use it in Mimighoul.
It was just incredible.
That is probably one of the few ways that it does work.
My heart palpitation stop. You too, right? So don't worry, we'll have more incredible Yu-Gi-Oh! Right after this.
All right, okay.
Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Deck Flexing.
What the heck is deck flexing?
In the ultimate duel.
But there's a twist. Each week we have a themed deck that our competitors must build for the duel. Competitors will compete in 2 rounds. The first round for practice, as I hands-on coach one of them and Alec coaches the other.
Oh shoot, Justin won.
We let them duel it out and crown this week's Master Duelist. And along the way, we'll also get to see who the better coach is, right, Alec?
It's me.
Horizontal might be easier to see for the camera, maybe. Nah, that's not. That can't be.
Excited to go back to Yu-Gi-Oh's roots with classic decks.
Introducing our first competitor, it's Jeremy Vicious Lopez. Well known for his commentary in the fighting game community, Jeremy's been featured on ESPN. Welcome, Jeremy Vicious Lopez.
Yo, Paul, yo, Alec, thank you for the very, very warm.
Sucks that this tournament is also during Evo.
All the way back here
you know,
for this
a
Yu-Gi-Oh
little
match
bit
is gonna be
clashing.
really
And his opponent, father, champion, and content creator, Justin Wong.
Justin Wong. Oh, my bad, Justin.
Is one of the most decorated fighting game
Justin, my bad, bro.
in the world, with a record 9 EVO World Championships throughout his storied 20-year career. Jay Wong is a household name in the fighting game community.
Wait, what round was that? Was that round 7?
The access.
It says one more round then?
Welcome, Justin Wong.
Oh man, thank you for having me. Thank you for hyping me up. Thank you for making me feel old. You know, I'm older than Yu-Gi-Oh, but I've been growing up watching Yu-Gi-Oh.
So Jeremy, I have a question for you. How did you get into Yu-Gi-Oh? How did you get started with this game?
It all really kicked off with the TV series, right? Just overall, like, that exposure very, very early on, really admiring the series, really admiring the game. It just pretty much took off from there.
Wow. And I'll kick the same question to you, Justin.
Man, as any other kid, watching the TV show and understanding how the game works to like playing a bit
I think
more
9 rounds.
at like a card shop.
9 rounds day 1.
Playing in like these Swiss format.
Don't want us to here for 2 more rounds.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So
I don't know, man.
It's been out for a little over a year now, and I gotta say, it's huge. Have you guys played?
I'm kind of tired right now.
What do you think of it, and what are you kind of hoping to see for the future?
Maybe I'll just recharge and be back for the what's it called? For Top Cut tomorrow. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just take it easy today and then be back for Top Cut. And then, so for now, I'll go watch Evo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea, right, guys? I'll probably end it tonight. I think I've gotten enough of Fiendsmith already. I've gotten enough of Fiendsmith Snake Eye. I think I'm done for tonight, guys. I'll call it there. What the? I doubt anything crazier will happen after this. So I'll leave it here, guys. All right. So I'll try and stream tomorrow. So I'll see you guys there tomorrow for the season finale, the last top 8 or whatever, probably, or maybe a little bit before that, but we'll see. I probably don't want to do pools. Watching pools is it takes forever. So I'm gonna call it there. All right, see you guys later. All right, hope you guys enjoyed, and then make sure if you want to keep watching, you gotta go over to the stream yourself. So I'll leave this here in case you guys do want to go over to the stream or whatever, but I'm done. All right, whoever's still here, hopefully you're not late, but we're done.